It's Tuesday afternoon. Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Ello, Matthew Scraby.
Is he okay? I got a lot of text. Saturday night, Sunday.
Yeah.
We should do a check.
Yeah.
Make sure Scraby's okay. Are you here? Are you in one piece?
Yes.
He's okay.
You guys didn't even text me back on Saturday night, which
We wanted to let you stew
What
a
can
little
you
bit.
say about that
I
performance?
just needed some. What is it? I needed you to validate my feelings.
You didn't need us to validate that.
No.
That may have been the worst 49er playoff game I have ever seen.
Let's put it this
Ever.
way.
It was rough.
The guy returned the opening kick, and that's all they needed.
Yeah.
Like they didn't need to play the rest
No,
of the
they didn't.
game.
I yelled before. I'm not kidding. I yelled before the kick when he was about to catch it. I said, "Please don't return this."
And Shaheed.
And he did. Shaheed is good.
San Diego's own.
The kicker did everything he could, though.
Literally.
tried to-
he tried to sweep him.
The sweet tag over there with the feet.
Can we just outlaw every kicker from trying to make a tackle?
I can't even be mad because he knew if he didn't trip him,
he had to.
it was going to be a touchdown. At least if he trips him, he'll take the 15 or whatever
for
it is.
sure. No, he was
It's
doing the
not
right.
a touchdown. So I'm not mad at him. It was just funny to see him miss
It
so
was.
badly.
But
too,
even
bro.
that didn't work. So it was just one of those nights. So we'll
Oh,
get to Scraby, but he is alive and well, or at least alive.
Are you all
I don't
right,
know that he's
Scraby?
well.
Well, EC Money said game was over before it began at the coin flip. That's not true. Game was not over.
I mean,
before
it
began.
kind of was.
Felt like that.
Gracie says we were all thinking of you during that game, Scraby. I decided I thought I was going to go on social media and just rant, but no one. I don't think
There's
anybody
nothing to
wanted.
rant about when you lose like that. You and I talked about this before the show.
Yeah.
I hate losing in a blowout way more than losing a great game. And I know that great games are painful, but a blowout, you have nothing you can hang your hat on at
Nothing.
all.
There wasn't a moment in that
No.
game that it felt like, oh,
Yeah.
here come the Niners.
You
No,
got
not,
3
not
hours
not a 1 point.
of just complete agony. It's embarrassing. Your team doesn't show up.
Mm.
No, I mean, it's
Okay,
not just
well,
your. It is.
I mean,
It's the worst
this-
feeling
it
in the
is.
world.
Well,
So-
let's
But hold
also.
on, but let me. That was just kind of the beginning of Scraby's sports weekend.
oh yeah, there was more.
There was certainly more.
Oh.
So the Niners, they get their butts beat.
Yeah.
You get
Can I at least say they were very injured? It wasn't like they
well,
had their
they
full
were
squad.
injured going. You knew that going in.
Yes, I
you
know.
still felt
I
like
did
they were
not
gonna
As a
pull
matter of
something
fact,
off.
you were
I mean,
touting the fact that, hey, these guys are rallying around the fact
we discussed
they-
that.
Yes.
That every injury they had seemed to motivate them even
Mhm.
more.
I believe.
I think that
I know you did,
and I think that
which is why this hurt so bad.
I think you understand what I'm going to say right now. The wrong losing coach Saturday got fired. At least Sean McDermott had his team ready to play. Your coach failed you miserably.
Now you're trying
he
to.
came up with
Now
nothing.
you're trying to bait me.
He came up with nothing.
Now he's
Scrape.
trying to bait me.
I kept telling you before the game that I felt they played 2 weeks ago. He was going to be able to look at that film, come up with some things, and find some stuff.
They came up with nothing.
He was worse.
He came up with nothing.
It was a buzzsaw that they ran into. Seahawks team with 2 weeks off at home,
All right.
fully rested against a team that has been playing uphill all season.
This is why we didn't text you, because we knew you would just cry. The actual tears would have come
See,
across
Tyler
the phone.
said something nice about me.
What do you say?
Scraby did mention. It went too high. Scraby did mention he thought Kittle's injury was the X factor that was going to stop them in their
No,
tracks.
they had Trent Williams back, though. That they should have taken some
That's right.
advantage of that.
That's right. Because
That didn't work either.
And a week after touting how exceptional Brock Purdy looked,
He looked okay in that game.
I didn't think he looked that great.
I think he looked okay. He was under lots of duress.
Yeah, that's
but
definitely
I think
true.
that he, outside of that interception, which really wasn't that bad of a pass, the guy stepped in front of it and made a great play.
Was he the second worst quarterback this weekend? Nobody could be as bad as
Um,
C.J. Stroud,
No.
but Purdy was in the running for
I think Josh Allen kind of
it.
challenged.
Josh Allen, for what he should do, was that bad.
Wait,
You're
Josh
right.
had what? He had two fumbles.
No,
Four-
that fumble at the
he-
end of the first half.
No excuse.
No excuse.
Two fumbles,
He threw
two
it
picks?
away.
Four turnovers
He literally
for Josh
threw
Allen.
him in the field goal position.
He did.
Yeah. He's lucky that the Josh Allen himself is lucky that the whole focus of that game is on the officiating at the end, because it should be on Josh Allen. He cost them that game 100%. So Anyway, a lot to talk about. But finish up with Scraby's weekend.
So last thing, Brock Purdy scrambled, according to David on the chat, a fellow 49er fan, scrambled for 415 yards during that game. Like, no joke.
Behind the line of scrimmage?
Okay, yeah.
So I think he did okay.
That's a good point. He ran a long way behind the line of scrimmage.
He tracked those sorts of things.
And then the weekend only got worse.
Yes, what happened?
It started worse.
What did I miss?
Oh, that's right. The Mr. Tucker. I can't. Why am I forgetting his name?
The Dodger news came down. When did that come down? Thursday night, after your show.
Right after the show.
6:53. I got the news.
So
and I ranted for a second.
Oh, you got a 1 second rant.
I didn't even know.
How long did you get the rant? It only came out. You got the 25 seconds of rant in.
Basically, the music for the end of the show starting. I'm alerted on the chat that Kyle Tucker signed. Didn't believe it.
Yeah.
And then it was. And then I saw how much he got paid, and that is what ruined.
That's what bothered me. We'll talk plenty about it. Buster Olney's on the show today. I don't mind that you feel you can do whatever you can do. I really don't. We can kick it back. There's all sides to it. But when you know that the Mets, or you're pretty sure the Mets offered $50 million,
at least,
why do you come back with 65? Like, that's what I don't get. Go 55. You don't need to beat it by that much. Do you?
That's probably how they're getting guys to sign without even blinking. It's like
you could get 50 here. We'll give you 65.
Yeah.
That's what that's what drove me crazy about that one. What else, Scraby? Any other disasters this weekend for you?
So maybe the Niners. I had it backwards. I'm sorry.
Yes.
It was the Dodgers.
The Tucker and the Niners. Yeah.
Started his weekend off poor.
Yeah.
And then the 49ers put the stake in his heart at that point.
And then on Sunday morning, CJ Stroud forgot how to play football and threw 4 interceptions.
That was my biggest disappointment of the weekend, because I felt all three of the other 4 games went similar to how I thought they'd go. I did not expect that CJ. I didn't know he was that bad. You guys said look out for how bad CJ Stroud is, and I thought CJ Stroud's good.
I thought that was you pointing it out that he had played so poorly, and
he paired the first game so poorly. I didn't think he would duplicate it.
Yeah, no, he
I didn't think he would do it again.
Definitely
you can't throw 4 picks in the first half. Oh my goodness! And this one was an easy touchdown. He just threw it up in the air. That was very Tua-like, I must say. But Houston wasted what I feel is a Baltimore Ravens defense, from the glory days. That's how good that defense was. And they ended up giving up 28 points because of – anyway.
CJ Stroud played as bad as any quarterback
ever has in a playoff game.
It's hard to remember. Yeah, it's hard to remember one playing worse than he had really his whole playoffs. I mean, the defense – bailed him out in the first game.
Yeah, they couldn't save him in the second
game. This one, they played a smart enough team. Because I don't necessarily know that the Patriots offense did much of anything.
It is really hard.
He made some the quarterback made some tough passes that he had to make.
He also fumbled the ball twice.
Well, he made one good throw at the first touchdown. He just got the ball in there. It was almost knocked away, and the guy took it in for the touchdown. The second touchdown, the deep one at the end of the game, you have to give that all to the receiver. That was an unbelievable catch that Bourne made over there. One-handed, diving with a guy on his back.
That was nasty.
Nasty catch. Incredible.
Okay, you kind of touched on it.
Right.
Where's everybody at on Buffalo, Denver, ball down by ball caught?
I've been all over the place.
Snatched.
I
saw Joe Burrow's comments about it. He said that everybody's up in arms. And they shouldn't be, because both calls, that one and the Rams, Devontae Adams catch, knee down, rip it out. Both calls were made correctly.
Joe Burrow was good on it. Yeah, well, Joe Burrow plays offense, and Richard Sherman plays defense. And Richard Sherman, as a defensive player,
I saw this too.
I've been in this situation 100 times.
He said every DB knows,
and I never got the call.
Right.
And in this one, they gave the DB the call.
Well, here's the thing.
So I was good to go with an interception. I just think it's up for grabs. Both guys go with it. The guy came out with it. Great play. On you go. But when I hear Richard Sherman say that the legit call in the NFL goes offense, and then I looked at it and I said he did catch it. He did get down to the ground. That's when I started wondering about it.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't down, but he was down when the guy rolled over him, and then he stole the ball.
Why is it different? And listen, I'll be the first to say, I don't know what the actual rule book says, but
they don't know.
Why is it different for Devontae Adams, they make a tough contested catch.
Yeah.
Knee hit ground. They rip ball out.
But he's down.
And he's down.
Right.
But
and no one argued that one, really.
Who was it that made that catch, by the way?
It was Cooks. Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks.
Yes.
Yeah, Cooks.
Brandon Cooks can make a catch, fall, have back on ground, and have possession, and then that's in the turnover of the defender landing on him. He's able to snatch it out, and that's an interception.
And Gene Steratore kept saying he doesn't have control. I'm like, he's pulling the ball in. I'm watching him pull the ball in. But 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago during the regular season, the Bills were playing the Patriots, and there was a very, very, very similar call, and the defense got pass interference. So it's like, what? Like, make a consistent call.
Let me tell you something. Here's what I was really mad about, because that call, I think you can at least debate it. What I don't like, and I texted you guys right after the game because I was quite angry. I've said it a million times. Officials shouldn't decide the game, which means that if it's a penalty in overtime, you have to call it. Don't hold your whistle. But I think when the whole season is on the line, you got to make sure it's a penalty.
It can't be an in-betweener.
It can't be an in-betweener. Yeah. And both of those I thought were in-betweeners. And a lot of people on the Denver side are saying, hey, that last one down at the 3-yard line, he hit him. Okay, he bumped him as he was trying to get the ball. Defense, but McMillan bumped Brandon Cooks before the interception. When guys are leaping for a ball and there's a little contact, you can't decide the season on that. I don't think. I thought both calls stunk. And then the third one, you can say whichever you want. But my first thought was, this is Denver. They might as well just give them the championship. It's all Denver. They're getting all the luck. Until we found out about Bo Nix, and their luck has apparently come to an end.
That was very shocking.
So
it took me out of my can't stand Sean Payton for a sec when he mentioned that Bo Nix broke his ankle.
You had to.
It was just like, dang, man, like you get this far and all of a sudden.
Yeah, but I hate him again now.
Yeah,
I do. I'm back to hating him now.
Though,
yeah. I just, to me, the Denver win was not, I guess if I'm a Denver fan, a win is a win is a win. But if I would have felt some type of way about winning in that manner, I just do 60 yards and penalties.
I can promise you that
in overtime. The only time that's ever happened in the history of football was a regular season game in 2018. So.
Get the break. All right,
yeah,
we're gonna get to break.
We're gonna continue this on the other side because
Lots
Chris
to talk
is
about.
fiery, and I like
lots
it.
to talk about
because we're finally on the same side about something.
Yeah, no,
this is not something that happens.
I think I have a slightly different take.
Okay,
although I agree with pretty much everything you said. More Gwynn and Chris on the other side.
today because we need it. Chris Ello, Tony Gwynn, and a recovering Matt Scraby. The NFL weekend was incredible. We will go through all the games, highlights later in the show. Because it's Tuesday, I got a good Fantabulous sports game show as well. That's in the 3 o'clock hour. Didn't try to mess around this week, guys. Back to the normal way of doing it because last week was kind of a failure. It's always a failure when Scraby wins. So that was a failure last week in the Fantabulous game show. We'll be back on that. Buster Olney.
What was it last week? What was it?
Well, you guys chose from two different lists, and he had to name California schools. It was not fixed in his favor. I didn't think you'd be as good as you were at naming California schools, and you did a good job, and Tony couldn't keep up because he was trying to name Texas schools.
I went to them all, so I knew them all. You went
to them all, yeah. So we'll do that. Buster Olney is on to talk baseball. Look forward to his thoughts on Kyle Tucker and the Dodgers ruining sports as we know it. Tony, we've talked
Finally, they've ruined it. Like it's official.
Right, it hadn't happened before this.
It's official now.
It's put over the top. We've talked about it so many times. I feel some, type of way about all the complaining, but also the people that are sitting here and saying, all these other teams could do the same thing. That's a fugazi. That really isn't true. The Dodgers do have a built-in advantage, and it is fair to at least point that out. Now, they take advantage of their advantage, and that, to me, is what they can do. But to sit here and say, well, anybody can do this, that's really not fair.
What they mean when they say
like.
Anybody is like, there's 12 about that.
Maybe.
Well, listen, there is no one that can do what the Dodgers do.
Right.
No one.
Yeah.
But then there's like a group of teams there's probably like a 3-tier group, but that doesn't include all 30. That just includes
this notion that, any team, could compete with this is a little absurd.
Nah.
Luckily last year's playoffs were so exciting and that Toronto took them to the wire because if they had 1 and 4 straight, as they did against, was it Philadelphia and the NLCS and Milwaukee, I think 4 straight too, or 4-1. If they would have blown out,
not win a game.
If they'd have blown out the World Series, then people might have a right to say, well, this is absurd. But it just isn't. Baseball is set up for teams to still beat them, and I think teams will still beat them going forward.
I think that's the key factor there is like no one's going to be able to compete with them as the rules are now. No one's going to be able to compete with them in terms of spending.
But even saying that, we finished the Padres, 3 games behind last year.
And that's what I'm saying.
That's not
in terms
ridiculous.
Of spending isn't necessarily correlating to how it's going to work out on the field. So that's what you have to hold on to. Until collectively they can change this.
Well, yeah, and everybody's saying, well, this guarantees a strike or the lockout. We'll see what Buster says.
Yeah, I think the problem, for me at least at this point, is not about the Dodgers spending money. It's just about everyone who's like, this is the greatest thing for the game of baseball. It's not. Fans are already like, I know
it can't be the greatest thing for baseball if the fans as a whole are feeling like
I think the fans are feeling the wrong way, though.
You should go look at the comments. You should go look at all the comments.
I've seen them all.
I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong. I'm just saying they are a part of the equation. And so yes, they can
listen to what they say.
May be misguided.
I think they're misguided. I do. I think the fans in general are misguided.
Even that being said, though, you still have to address those
because
feelings.
there are the ones that are paying the freight.
Exactly.
So that is part of it. Anyway, baseball's got its issues. College football has more issues than that. But at least for one night and for 3.5 hours last night, to me anyway, Tony, it was fun to just sit back and watch a good old college football game. I tried not to remind myself that Beck makes $6 million and that every Indiana player was a portal kid who's 25 years old who's probably making $1 million too. I tried to just watch the game. I saw Carson Beck, almost in tears when Indiana was holding on to the ball at the end of the game and he didn't look like he was going to get it back. And that reminded me that these are still college kids as much as we want to think they are. As much money
as they're making, they do. Some of these guys do really, really care.
Right. So I enjoyed that part, and it was a really terrific game. Indiana won its championship, but Miami made them earn every bit of it. And that is a good feeling for Indiana because they knew that they earned it.
My man Mendoza had his arm bruised up after they were hitting him, and he was welcoming all challenges.
Good for him to do that, because that's what is going to happen in the pros, right?
Especially for the Raiders. That's
with the Raiders. Yeah, welcome to it.
I didn't. It was funny. I didn't listen to Mendoza's comments after the game. Adam was kind of
thanked the Lord for 20 minutes, so it's hard to keep up with him sometimes. I have no problem loving the Lord.
Mad at that.
I know, but let's get to the football. We don't want to hear.
He also, according to Adam, took some.
Does anybody
I grew up going to a Catholic school. I'm fine if you want to pray to the Lord, but I'm kind of with Chris.
We've heard it a million times.
I'm here for you're talking about your football.
Anyway,
let that man.
Let him preach a little.
Let that man give
coming
thanks,
towards
man.
us right now, Chris.
Let that man give thanks.
Let him preach.
But he also took some shots, though, apparently, at Miami.
Did he? I didn't hear that.
See, so it was funny.
He took a couple of shots on the chin that were close to,
Well, it wasn't necessarily about the game. It was about him wanting to be a hurricane and being overlooked.
And then passing over, I'm sure. He grew up there.
I had the sound off, and from what I know of Mendoza is he's pretty polished in terms of when he's talking to the media. But as I'm watching it with the sound down, and I'm watching his body language, he was clearly fired up about something.
Well,
and so to find out that he was kind of letting Miami know that they left him off their list, even as a walk-off that he wanted to show up there. Said he wasn't good enough.
Do that.
Nah, it wouldn't allow.
That was a lot of motivation. Indiana has a really good team because Miami made them prove they have a good team. Because Miami's going to have. I honestly said this today on the TV. I was on KUSI this morning. I think in 5-6 years we're going to look back at this game, and Miami's going to have all these guys in the pros dominating like Ray Lewis style, and we're going to go, how did Indiana beat them? Because they have pro team, Miami practically. This the is running like back, the wide receiver, the rush ends, the corners, the way they can hit. Miami's a pro team, and Indiana found a way.
Well, listen, they had mostly everybody coming back. The only thing they added was a quarterback.
Yeah,
and Beck got him. Yeah, Beck got him to this point. This reminds me of the couple of years before Miami took off in the early 2000s. Before that 2003 team
they might
came
be
out.
On the beginning of something.
They seem like they're at the beginning of kind of taking off. Now I want to go back to the catch and the referee because we kind of went to break.
On the NFL. Okay, we'll go back and forth here.
We went to the break. I just wanted to because I said this during the break and I didn't get a chance to say it on air. I 100% agree with you in terms of
pass interference.
The all those things that went down.
Yeah.
The only difference was, once they threw the flag, it just becomes a judgment call at that point. You know what I'm saying? I agree. If the first one, which is the most egregious of the two that they didn't call, doesn't happen, we're not having this conversation. But once he throws the flag on that second one, that's the only thing that makes it different between the catch by by
the interception, McMillan.
Yeah, from McMillan.
It always leaves a bitter taste. I mean, remember the year that Peyton got beat out of the Super Bowl by the Rams on the pass interference? It leaves a bitter taste. And I know Denver, fans. My wife was ecstatic. So it was the NFL does this, unfortunately. They have lousy officiating, and it almost benefits them because we spend so much time talking about it. It gives them more and more promotion and more chit chat about the NFL. But I wish no games were decided that way.
I just wanted to get that out.
And Josh Allen he's the happiest guy about this because Josh Allen cost Buffalo the game. He cost his coach's job. He cost Bills Mafia everything that he's given them. He threw the ball away at the end of the half. I don't know what he was doing. He missed so many throws that weren't even interceptions.
Right. They were just
guys open that could have won the game. And he missed them.
I certainly appreciated the way he came into that press conference. It showed a tremendous amount of care of what he's doing. However, he's getting off.
Shouldn't absolve him.
He's getting off quite light right now, considering that there's no Mahomes, there was no Jackson, there was no Burrow.
Yeah, how many times is this door going to be open
I don't know that he'll ever, as long as he's in the AFC,
and now he's got to
have an opportunity without at least one of those three also being.
And he's going to have to deal with an improving Drake May. The one game we haven't touched on yet, Tony, before the break is the Bears game, and Caleb Williams' throw to tie the game.
My Lord.
I don't know how any person could do what he did. If you're not appreciative of that, you're not paying attention. 65 yards in the air while falling backwards.
That's easy.
Yeah, right. Come on.
I can't even be mad at the DB because the DB did the same thing I did. Oh, he's running backwards. Like,
there's no way he can throw
this ball in this corner. He got it there so easy and so fast. My man couldn't even react, and he was 60 yards away.
He couldn't believe it. I thought the best the Bears could hope for in that moment was a little floater down the middle and somebody knocks him down. Or the game was over.
Yeah.
As he's backpedaling 30 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
That was ridiculous.
And unfortunately for Caleb, people are going to try to remember the interception in overtime. I thought, from my perspective, I didn't hear what he said. I thought the wind affected that throw. No. He had the guy open on the sideline, and the ball came to the middle.
He actually protected his teammate,
yes, he did.
But
the guy didn't run the right route.
DJ Moore kind of gave up. Well, let me say this: I don't know that he gave. People who watch him enough saying that he gave up on the route, and that led to the easy interception.
Didn't throw it where he was.
Right.
Yeah.
He was kind of leading him to a spot.
Okay.
And heard a couple analysts say that they want their wide receiver should fight for that ball and not just kind of concede it the way that he did.
I'm not a fan of DJ Moore.
I'll give you what. I tell you what, Caleb Williams, and they were trying to get him to roll him under the bus.
He would
not do it.
He basically said we need to remember these conversations that we have throughout the year. A talk that we have in week 1 could be a talk that we need to have in week 20.
He said this could happen week 2, week 6. But we gotta make sure we're still having these conversations. And I think he said 20.
He's grown up a lot this year. There's no question. One last thing on the Rams, and we can kid it on the other side. But Sean McVay continuing throughout the post game to say, "I sucked. I called a terrible game," is to me an affront to the Bears, because the Bears played their butts off. And, Sean McVay making it all seem like it was just because he had an off day that it was even close. Annoyed the hell out of me.
I have a theory on that. But
that's Sean McVay for you.
We got Buster coming up.
All right, Buster's coming up. We got a lot more football. Gwynn and Chris.
Ben and Wood.
going off. Had to let him simmer down before I hit the.
Just fans are ridiculous.
on mic.
You got to admit Shanahan had a bad game Saturday. He had no game plan. He had no preparation. His team didn't look ready.
I don't think any of that is true.
All right.
But I was reading all these people that are like, Shanahan needs to go. He's the worst coach. I don't know who they would replace Shanahan with.
Sean McDermott.
It wouldn't be good.
Sean McDermott's a great coach, I think.
Okay.
I don't know what the Bills are thinking.
If you're going to make a move like that, then
whatever.
okay. But I'm not going after Stefanski or
I don't have
your guy, whoever
McDermott.
his name is.
I don't have McDermott better than Shanahan.
No, I didn't say he's better. I'm just saying that's
you want
when
to
you might
change,
do something.
yeah.
But don't even bring up my guy.
I honestly don't know his name.
I don't either.
You know where
I don't even know my coach's name, and I'm not looking it up. I just know his record at Boston College was 22-26. That does not scream Super Bowls to me.
No, it doesn't.
So
I'm hopeful.
No, it doesn't.
I'm hopeful that
no, it doesn't. He's like, he could have said, "Well, you never know, Chris."
No, I can't. Boston College, I can't.
Right?
That record is
Come on.
It's not something you're going to sell.
I mean, did Troy Aikman just conveniently not look at that during the interview process?
Maybe.
Come on,
maybe Troy. The interview
Help
was
me.
That good.
Right.
Just blew them off
just
the water.
So
like,
good that they
this
looked
guy,
past that. Yeah.
Maybe they think they have the next LaFleur or something
Maybe.
along those lines.
Chris, I think what happened was they hired the Packers guy to be the GM, and the guy was like, you know what? I have a really good idea for head coach. Why don't I just bring the defensive coordinator down here?
I mean, it doesn't take a lot of, outside the box thinking to do what they did.
No.
So we'll see. It's a long way off, and there's a lot of things that'll happen between now and next season. The other coaching news, wasn't there another? I think Titans, right guy at least, Robert Saleh. He didn't do a lot with the Jets, and unfortunately, he's going to probably have just as bad of an organization. But I do think he'll make things accountable, and I think he'll toughen that team up a little bit. And Tennessee could use that.
I think that this could be the demise of the 49ers.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're taking Saleh away again.
Saleh came in there and got that defense back right again.
It's just unfortunate he didn't have any good players on the defense.
Now, I mean, look what he did. Still got him in the right spot.
You can always bring back that one guy who gets fired from the Cardinals every other time.
Oh, Steve Wilkes.
Steve Wilkes, bring him back for the Niners. You loved him.
I think it should be pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. It will weaken the Niners.
I want to see your old guy, go to the Eagles. I want to see him be the offensive coordinator for that team. They could use an offensive coordinator that actually sticks.
Mike McDaniel is like one of the most sought after offensive coordinators out there. Crazy.
I'm sure he's going to have a choice of where he wants to go from an offensive coordinator standpoint.
Yeah, as long as he brings Tua with him, wherever he goes.
I think that might be a deal breaker.
Yeah, that would be a deal breaker. I think you're right.
Buster Olney will join us here shortly. Talk a little Tucker. Talk a little Bichette. That was one of the dominoes that fell right after. Peralta. We'll talk. And Bellinger being possibly the next big chip to fall. Hall of Fame is going to be announced here shortly, or if there will be any new inductees.
3:00's when it starts. They don't ever get around to, the actual
they're
news.
They're going to drag it out.
They're going to drag it out. But it looks like a good day for Andrew Jones and I'm blanking on the other certain Hall of Famer. Andrew Jones
hold your tongue there, because we have none other than Buster Olney on the line right now, calling us from Australia. How are you, Buster?
I'm doing great. Yeah, the other name, Chris, is Carlos Beltran.
Right. Thank you.
Beltran and Andrew Jones look like they're getting, they'll get the phone calls today, and then we'll see how some of the other names progress. But how are you guys doing?
We are good. We are well. What time is it where you're
having
at?
breakfast, right?
It's about, we're only, 5 hours behind you guys, or I guess really technically 19 hours ahead.
Yes,
so it's 9:40 in the morning here, and the sun is up. It's a beautiful day. I'm staying a place about an hour south of Sydney. And the big talk in this area is we've had 4 shark attacks in 4 days.
Man, stay out of the water.
I texted this to Buster earlier. I said, hey, man, please stay out of the water.
For sure.
He told me too late. So he's already
dipped the toe in, huh?
He's already dipped the toe. I'm glad that the skies look good out there, because it certainly seems like in terms of the baseball skies, it may be falling. The Dodgers get Tucker on a very nice deal for him. I think people are feeling away right now. Bo Bichette then followed. That was the next domino to fall. But just give me your thoughts, Buster, on the signing of Tucker and where we're at from a baseball standpoint and the business standpoint.
Well, I mean, there's no other way to describe the Tucker signing by the Dodgers is pure gluttony. Okay, I mean, think about it.
Good word.
Kyle Tucker becomes the highest paid player at an average annual salary in the history of baseball, $57.1 million. Once you factor in the deferred money, Anthony, I agree with you. It's like a great deal for him. He started the new year thinking that he was going to wind up with the Blue Jays. Who were offering 10 years and $350 million, and then the Dodgers come in at the last moment because Kyle Tucker at his best is a great player, and they offer him the richest salary ever. And you think about the projected lineup, the richest salary ever, that guy might hit 5th in that lineup. And that's why it feels, so gluttonous. It absolutely spurs conversation is where, a year away from or later this year, we'll have the labor strife. The owners are probably going to lock out. Then we'll see the players' response. I'm not as pessimistic as a lot of people in my industry are, because there are 2 major questions I think remain to be unanswered. If the owners push for a salary cap, will they actually have enough owners together to force through some kind of a salary cap and potentially lose games? That's what happened in 94, 95. Effectively, the question was on the owner side. And on the player side, it was pretty well demonstrated the last round of negotiations. Players want to play. And I think I've had players privately say to me, look, if a salary cap means more money for more players, why am I looking out for the Juan Sotos of the world? And am I going to shut down the full seasons? It's always reported that, the players are against the salary cap. And I feel like we got to amend that to players' leadership is saying it's against the salary cap. I'm really curious once we get into the weeds of things and we get closer to, potentially losing games, whether or not the rank and file actually would go along with that.
Yeah, you took my question away, so I can't ask it, because that's what I was been thinking about. Is we hear of Bryce Harper, we hear all the guys that make a ton of money, but do all of the guys really want that? Maybe it is best that they can get enough money for all of them. So let me pivot on the Kyle Tucker question. I asked this in the studio, and I don't have the answer. The Mets apparently were offering $50 million for a year. You said the Blue Jays
55, right?
Okay, 55. Why do the Dodgers go 65? Can't they just go 56 or 7? What? It's you talked about gluttony, but it's like they make it almost impossible for anybody to turn that down.
Well, exactly, and it was a total lightning strike. The Mets, I think, clearly thought they were going to get the player, because Steve Cohen, who's active on social media, sent out a tweet early that day saying, we're waiting for the white smoke to appear.
Yes, he did.
He's not sending that out unless he thinks he's going to get the player.
Yeah.
Right. And so all of a sudden, whoop. And that's what I've talked to people. The Mets really weren't aware that the Dodgers were going to be involved. They thought that they had the winning bid. The Dodgers come in. Does Kyle Tucker make them a better team? Yeah, he does. He's another great player. I've always thought, too, that, the one thing we got to remember about baseball, it's not this seamless business run, from the top down. It is a loose confederacy of 30 separate businesses.
Yeah.
All of these teams act in self-interest, which is why I think anybody who, is clamoring for a level playing field, forget it. That horse went out the barn in 1901 with the way the structure is set up in baseball. The hope is, I think, if you're a fan of the Pirates, you're a fan of a small market team, that they could level playing field a little bit, because the Dodgers stuff is just, it's crazy.
And Buster only joins us here, and it may get worse. I mean, I've seen a report. Freddie Peralta, Dodgers are quietly in on the hunt for him as well.
Well, if we offer him $20 million, they'll offer him $200 million or something.
He can only be acquired via trade, considering he's still a Brewer. But nonetheless, I mean, there's still some pieces on the board, Buster. Where do you think the next domino to fall is?
Well, Cody Bellinger will make his decision maybe later today. The Yankees have an offer on the table, 5 years, $160 million. They could be competing against the Toronto Blue Jays, who missed out on Tucker. Maybe the New York Mets get involved, but I think Cody goes. And then the question is the two star pitchers who have been in the trade market. You mentioned Freddie Peralta, who would fit the Padres, obviously, because his salary in 2026 is only $8 million. Yeah. Like, the value of Freddie Peralta with that low salary for this year is so extraordinary that folks with other teams think the Brewers have to trade him, right? You get a guy the year before he becomes a free agent, he's got that kind of value. You've got to take advantage of that if you're a small market team. So there is an expectation he's going to move. I'm sure you guys saw the report from earlier today that the Padres have had conversations, which makes sense. And I would never, underestimate A.J. Preller in terms of deal making. But the Dodgers, and it's just going to make fans shake their heads. They probably match up better than any other team for a Freddie Peralta trade. The Mets do as well. Yeah. But the Dodgers, oh, by the way, they have the number one farm system, generally speaking. They have a range of prospects to choose from. And also the other one, too, is Tarek Skubal, right? 2-time Cy Young Award winner. At any point, Scott Harris, their head of baseball ops, could come out and say, we're not trading him. We're done. All those conversations are over. We're getting ready for the season. And you know what? He hasn't done that the way Mike Hazen did with Ketel Marte.
The Dodgers are going to get like Skubal and Peralta.
It seems like Harris has done everything but say, hey, we're not trading him. He's saying he's keeping all options open.
Yeah, they're really trying.
Exactly. And he's not going to re-sign there, right? And he had this really kind of an ugly arbitration case where the Padres offered $19 million, which when you talk to people with other teams, are like, really? Guys pick the best pitcher on the planet, and that's the number you're throwing out there? And on the flip side, Scott Boras, who represents Skubal's, going for the downs. Like, he's going for a big number to reestablish, some precedent there. And I've heard from other teams, their sense is the Tigers have picked up activity in trade talks with Skubal, in part because that arbitration situation is so ugly. He's not going to stay there after next year. You might as well extract some value. And, they can talk about we might trade him during the season. Really? In the American League Central, the winnable American League Central, if you're within 2 or 3 games of first place, you're going to trade the best pitcher on the planet?
If you trade him to the Padres, you can do it. Buster Olney is with us. He's in between bites of his toast and Vegemite down there in Australia, and I appreciate him joining us. Hey, the Padres have a two-pronged question. A, the ownership thing, anything you're hearing, and maybe even more important to Padre fans, is it even remotely possible the Padres could sell this franchise to somebody who down the road one day would want to move out of San Diego? This great situation. That's my first part. And then 2, if you were the Padres right now, stay the course. Is there anything different you would or could do to try to combat the Dodgers and competing with them?
Yeah, I think you basically, and look, the Padres are never going to be confused with the Brewers when you're talking about payroll, but I think that's probably the road you need to start to assume. The Diamondbacks have been doing that, right? And then pick and choose your spots to get the high end, sign a high end player like the Diamondbacks did with Corbin Burns. You just have to take your shots. But I mean, they're battling the 250-pound heavyweight, and they're 155 pounds. And that's just the reality. That's why we were so fired up, I think, in the industry, how exciting it was that the Dodgers nearly got knocked off by the Padres a couple of years ago.
Right.
I mean, that dynamic is – and, here's the thing, too. The Dodgers don't care. They have fully embraced it. That back in the day when the Red Sox and the Yankees were – a great rivalry. The Yankees sometimes would sort of shy away from that, the evil empire. The Dodgers have totally embraced it. Yeah, you're right. We're going to outspend, right now I think their payroll, including their payroll obligations and their luxury tax payments that they have to make, their payroll is about 10 times greater than what the Miami Marlins are going to spend this year. Think about that. 10 times greater.
Yeah.
Real quick, would the Padres move? Just on the first question. I mean, could somebody ever think of moving them?
I can't imagine. First off, I just think that, and I'm not going to say, I've been around baseball long enough to know you never say never.
Right.
But there are just so many things in front of that. We got the labor situation. Tampa Bay, maybe later today, the Rays will finally get a ballpark approved in Hillsborough County and move to Tampa. The A's are moving into a new home at some point. Then Rob Manfred's talking about, picking expansion teams. One's going to be in Nashville, and, we'll see about the other one, Salt Lake City or Portland or wherever they go. So I can't imagine that other owners would say, yeah, it's a good idea to move for any franchise. And look, all you have to do, I think if you were to loosely poll baseball executives, and ask them the question, what's the best baseball atmosphere in the sport for the last 5 years? Padres would win.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
It's a great, it's a great thing. And maybe what you hope for is that the new owners that come in go back to sort of the deep pockets approach, and they are willing to spend some of the dollars to reflect the growing franchise price the way Peter did.
Yeah, no doubt. Real quick, Buster, there could be 2 new inductees going in today. What do you think about possibly Andrew Jones, Carlos Beltran?
Well, I'm excited for Carlos. He would have been in already if not for his role in the Astros sign stealing scandal. He's in. Andrew Jones is going to get in. I think you're going to see Felix Hernandez take a big step forward today. The Hall of Fame, on the other hand, I think has really missed a chance for leadership to get the industry, the sport, past the PED conversation. Manny Ramirez is going to drop off the ballot after this year. I just think it's laughable. The idea that that's going to be a disqualifying factor when we know there almost certainly are guys in the Hall of Fame who took PEDs. I just think it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, good luck to those guys, Buster. Good luck to you, man. Enjoy your stay in Australia, and we'll hopefully get to catch up here soon.
Have a great trip, Buster. Thanks.
That sounds great. Thanks for having me, guys.
No problem. Buster Olney, ESPN, down under in Australia. Let's get to break. Talk a little bit about what Buster had to say on the other side, plus a little daily gambit.
Did we find a writer that is against the Dodgers finally?
I don't know that he's against
What do you
the
mean
Dodgers.
finally, though? I think a lot of people are down on what
National
they do.
Writers, I should say.
Yeah, I don't
Writers.
think. I think he has company.
Jeff Passan was so excited to tweet the news out.
Oh,
about
you
Kyle
don't
Tucker.
know that.
I could see him being extremely
Well,
gifted.
you could see the gleam in his tweet.
Yes. Yes.
Let's get to break. More Gwynn and Chris on the other side.
These things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Scraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. 4th hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second
birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
These things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Scraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Sasquatch. So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
These things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Scraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Sasquatch. So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
Gwynn and Chris, 97.3, The Fan, Chris Ello, Tony Gwynn Jr., and still recovering from Saturday night, Matt Scraby. We are on the Tuesday get-together coming up in this hour, some Daily Gambit, and also our Fantabulous Sports Game Show. Thanks to Buster Olney for joining us. And I think he's saying what everybody's saying, Tony, but it's not going to change anything with baseball. I just hope that this doesn't have any effect on the potential lockout. And he seems to think it won't. I mean, why should one signing of Kyle Tucker put it over the top, right? We already knew that the Dodgers were spending a ton of money.
Yeah, it's a complicated.
People are overreacting.
Complex. I don't know. Listen, I don't know that anybody's overreacting, but it's not going to change. It's not going to be easy to change. And if it's not easy, that you start getting into, I mean, you want to lose games, all that kind of type of stuff. Because here's what I will disagree with Buster on.
Okay.
Is that it may be true that the rank and file don't necessarily.
Yes, he said he seemed to indicate that maybe it's just the cream of the crop that don't want a salary cap in baseball.
Ultimately, they'll have that rank and file group. Well, if that is true, they'll have to make their voices heard because
they're quiet.
Otherwise, we all have to assume that it is that the
only ones we hear from are the guys, the players and people who say we're never doing a salary cap.
Listen,
right?
they all have IGs, they all have Twitter. If rank
and file needs to start coming out.
If that's the case, then that's what they should be doing. But I would venture to say that some of that might just be them talking, over here on the side. But when it gets
right down to it, they don't want a salary cap.
Exactly. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Kyle Tucker, $65 million a year.
We also real quick. We also heard from Evan Drellich last week.
Right.
Was Chris here for Evan?
Yep.
He was.
You can ask me directly if you want next time.
That was kind of funny.
You have to go through him, but that's fine.
Actually, Chris, don't answer. Tony, yes, he was there that day. Chris, you may talk now.
I don't know why I did that.
Yeah, that's fine.
I could just, but he was of the thought, and here's the other side of the coin, right? Yes, there might be some disagreement on the player side. We know for a fact that there's also disagreement on the owner side. And how
there's 30 different disagreements on the owner's side.
And those are high. You think the players are high value problems. Owners are certainly high value problems.
That's a problem. Kyle Tucker never hit higher than 300. No 300s. Never had more than 30 home runs.
Wait, he never hit higher than 300?
No.
So he
294 is his highest.
Okay.
Never had more than 30 homers. Over 100 RBIs only twice. $65 million a year. I don't think they're getting the bang for the buck, but they are getting a great player.
I hate to fact check you on something that makes the Dodgers look a little bit better.
$60 million.
Yeah, 60.
Sorry, I like the 65.
65 was worse. 65 didn't make it sound worse.
It sounded worse.
Bat Fan has a great point on the chat. It's not that the Dodgers signed Kyle Tucker; it's the stupid money that he got, and I agree with that.
I think it's all the same. I honestly don't think you guys care how much he got. You care that they were able to do it.
I agree, and others can't.
If he signed for $2, you guys would have been here. Oh my God! How did they get him to sign so cheap? So I don't think it really matters. I think it matters that they can do it and they can keep doing it. And I think that's really. I
think we care.
That's at the crux of the matter. There is that,
and they don't care that they're doing it.
Right.
They don't care that they're rooting the sport, Scrape.
I thought that was interesting what Buster said. It did seem like in the past there was a line that they just were like, all right, I don't want to get taxed anymore. But now it just seems like I don't care if I get taxed because I'm bringing in.
They're going under the old. They're going into the old staying is you don't care how much it costs. You just care how much it makes.
Scrappy had a good idea, I thought, before we came on.
If you're going to continue. If you're going to continue to go over the tax year after year, because it is not a penalty for the Dodgers, it's a business expense for the Dodgers to pay the luxury tax. Go up to 200%.
He's talking about full-on tariffs.
Like tariff mode. Let's go. On these teams that are at the highest.
200%, he's saying.
The Dodgers.
And under the world of tariffs, they'll just pass that on to the people who buy tickets.
I guess you're right.
Yeah, that's the way that goes.
I didn't even think about that.
But nonetheless, that's what we have looking forward to in Major League Baseball.
What? Go ahead.
I think the problem is that no one thinks that Kyle Tucker is worth the most money on the Dodgers.
You guys don't care.
I do.
You don't.
Because
You don't. You
That
don't.
really doesn't matter.
I don't think you care.
I don't really know who the
I don't
highest
really
or
care.
lowest. I
Right.
don't care. They just have all those
They
guys
have
now.
them.
Yeah, they have them all. They have them, Scrabe.
I did a deep dive that I'm going to get into on the Scraby Show about
save it for that.
the 9 players that are in the top 100 highest paid players in baseball are on the Dodgers. So
Only 9?
they can fill the team.
I would have thought there was like 70 of the 100.
You said the Astros have 7?
The Astros do have 7, which is surprising.
How many do
to
the
me.
Padres have? They must have a few.
4
Top
or
100?
5.
Yeah, I bet they got 4 or 5. So it's not like we're totally in the poorhouse here.
We're not.
No,
We're
no.
definitely not in the poorhouse.
You know, the
But
highest
it feels like it because we're in the same division.
Right.
the only positions that the Dodgers do not have someone in the top 5 highest paid in the league: second base, third base, and then one of the outfield positions. I can't remember which one. Center
Right.
field.
All of that insight coming to you on the Scraby Chronicles later tonight at 6 o'clock.
Because Teoscar Hernandez makes a ton of money.
We have to do some daily
Edwin Diaz-
gambit before you
It's
get
307,
Scrape.
The closer
Track.
of the Padres, Edwin Diaz, is number 1 in closers. Tanner Scott's number 3 around the league. He's getting paid third most out of closers in the league, and they're on the same team.
Do you think they enjoyed the Tanner Scott experience last year?
No.
Okay. So, I mean, that list kind of gives you that year, and then that list kind of.
The Dodgers are spending more money. They're also wasting more, and they're willing to do that.
Yeah, but
Listen.
when you print money, you can't.
Yeah.
You don't care about wasting it.
And you know where that all changed?
When Shohei signed with the team, I know.
Shohei
I know.
Ohtani signed with the
He's
team.
only making $2 million a year, right?
That's when
Yes.
they said, you know what? We don't care.
Which is crazy because his luxury tax is 43, even though he's really being paid $70 million a year, but with the deferrals and all that. All right, I know you guys are
This is
listening.
your
just
fault.
can't-
This
it's
is your
my
fault.
This is
As
my
we
fault.
said,
It's his
no,
fault.
we're going to miss the daily gambit. We're putting it off. And as I said earlier last year, I can't wait till the day the Dodgers go bankrupt and Shohei doesn't get any of his money. So that's still a possibility.
That's gonna
We
be a
did learn
cold
that the Dodgers do have to put that money into an account, so they can't just pull.
Oh, they
fast
can't
one.
just pull the
Yeah.
plug on that.
Yeah, they have to have the money in order to do that. But,
All right,
So what do we
speaking
do,
of money,
Scrape?
let's go.
oh, okay.
Come
I
on.
thought you said
Here
we're
we
doing.
go.
Okay.
No,
Oh
we're
my
doing
gosh.
it.
Oh my
Do you
god.
like money?
I think about money a lot.
Do you like money without doing anything?
Winning.
Do you want to make money while watching sports?
I think Washington is immortal luck.
Washington! Woohoo! If you answered yes, this is your segment. Just don't blame us when you lose.
Nothing is ever your fault.
It's your game. Take it.
Gwynn and Chris go through the top bets of the day in The Daily Gambit on 97.3 The Fan.
Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. We are broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. First thing that we bet on Thursday was Lakers minus 3.5 against the Charlotte Hornets. We all
What
went
is
Lakers.
going on there?
The Hornets won by 18, Tony.
Come
What's
on,
going
Tony.
on? 135, 117.
It was not a good. It was not a good showing for my
LeBron
Lake show,
James, by the way, 21-year streak, starting the All-Star game is over.
Yes,
Apparently,
yes. That was a Big Five cutting room floor topic.
This would
Okay.
this yeah.
Best of the rest.
I'm
Yes.
glad he didn't make it because this guy would have been crying all day long if LeBron
This
got it
guy.
as a starter.
True.
This guy.
True
Yes.
that. No,
I would
He
never-
didn't
I
deserve
don't
to
care.
be a start, even though he hasn't watched one game all year.
Oh.
He would have definitely had that.
as you like to say, Tony, no lies told.
I just saw the Jimmy
I don't wanna
Butler
see it.
injury.
I can't see it.
It's the knee goes in a direction it's not supposed to go. I would not be mad at LeBron James.
Yes,
but
you would.
it didn't happen. OKC minus 4.5 at Houston. Chris and Tony went Houston. I went Thunder. OKC won 111-91, so they win. SGA, who had more points in the game? SGA minus 5 or Kevin Durant? You guys went SGA. He had 20 points. Minus that 5 is 15. Durant had 19, which is where I went. Now, Bryce Sensabaugh, over under 14.5 points on Thursday. Chris went over. Tony and I said under. He had 27 points in that game, so he was well over. South Carolina women's basketball minus 3.5 against Texas. Chris went Texas. Tony and I went South Carolina. South Carolina did win the game, but they only won by 3, 68-65. So Tony and I lose that bet. Texans Patriots over under 40.5 points. Chris and Tony said under. I said over. They were 44 points somehow. Rams Bears over under 48.5. By the way, Who put this game at a total of 48.5 in the snow? Because Chris went over, Tony and I went under. It was well under. They scored 37 points.
It's all because Sean McVay had a bad game. Everything in that game had to do with Sean McVay having a bad game. I kept making bad calls.
Don't you think that's
like
a good
the Bears
thing?
didn't play at all? It's okay, maybe, but his arrogance.
My theory
that he had such an effect on the game that the players playing out there had nothing to do with it. It was all because of him.
I think
he's calling the plays.
He's so self.
I think that was a little shot, like not trying to give Ben Johnson no love. I think he didn't like the way because LaFleur, those guys are all. On the buddy
so you think it was a Ben Johnson
thing? I think
it
was a Ben Johnson thing.
Fair enough. Then now that I'll agree with it a little more then.
See, I don't
love for Sean
I don't
McVay
like Ben Johnson, but he's more like me because he's on the outside of the group, and I was always on the outside of the group. But I want to be on the inside away from Ben Johnson.
Yeah, no. I think that's what it has to do with.
Okay, maybe if that's fair, then
total guess, but that's fine.
Good on Sean McVay then. but you see, it doesn't change that Sean McVay is a little high on self-worth.
I don't disagree with that. Sean McVay has grown on me a little bit.
I mean, if you think about it, all four of these guys we're talking about, McVay, LaFleur, Shanahan, John, they all kind of have a similar that one trait about them. That
Whoever the Miami coach is doesn't have that trait.
We don't know who he is.
We don't even know his name.
All right, finally, Indiana minus 8.5 against Miami last night. I don't remember where Tony went.
We all went you.
Oh, well. We were wrong.
No, we were right.
No, they covered.
Oh, yes, you're right. 27-21. That's 6
they
points.
covered 8.5.
Should we go to break and then come back?
Yeah, we'll get some picks when we come
We'd
in.
like to stay on track here at some point,
Good job,
picks
guys.
are coming up, and we tried, but you were in a Tucker wine fest there. So we had to deal with that. More Gwynn and Chris ahead after some traffic, I believe.
At the end of the break.
Okay.
Tune in tonight.
Clock. Scraby's in one of those moves that we shouldn't mess around when we come back. Let's get right to what we're supposed to do, or we'll end up over, and then we'll get blamed for it down the line. This is how it usually works.
We'll get blamed for it even if we're on time. They're about to announce the Hall of Famers, I think, but we'll let you know as we do our daily gambit here. Some of the picks for a new week, and we'll start with Vandy. Men's basketball having a great year. Finally lost their first game last week. Playing at the Sauce tonight. I just get Arkansas in whenever I can.
At the Sauce.
Yeah. In fact, I looked at the was it Lenardi projections today. He had the Sauce projected coming to San Diego for the first round of the NCAA tournament. So I think Tony and I should go to the game and wear 2 T-shirts and stand next to each other. I wear he wears sauce. Scraby is third with an exclamation point. We just stand up in the corner. Although Arkansas wouldn't even know we're rooting for them.
No.
Like they wouldn't even get it probably.
No.
Vandy by 1.5 on the road at the Sauce. Tony, in honor of the Sauce, you're first.
What's the number?
1.5.
Yeah,
Vandy.
Give me the Sauce.
Go Sauce. Calipari at home. It's not been an unbelievable year for the Sauce. So let me get the standings real quick. Vanderbilt, of course, having a great year. Finally lost last week, but the Commodores are still 16-2. The Sauce checking into 13-5. Scraby at Sauce. They're both ranked in the top 20.
I'm gonna go Sauce.
Both of you go Sauce at home. That seems like the play. I'll take Vandy. Why not? Got nothing else to do. Purdue 5.5 over UCLA. At UCLA. I appreciate Mick Cronin.
I do.
He was asked the other day about his loss to Ohio State, and he said, you know what? I'm just going to talk for a minute here. I'm going to give you what you need, but don't interrupt me. I just want to say one. You know what I mean?
He's like one of my favorites.
Right. He just came out because you know the writers will kind of interrupt or try to take it in another direction. He goes, no, I'm saying what I want to say here. And he went on to say that our team's defensively is horrible, and that's my fault, and we won't win if we keep doing that. But it was just his approach to the answering the question.
Remember, Mick Cronin is also the one that was criticized after he
called his team out. And it worked.
And it 100% worked. And he was telling the truth, by the way.
Yeah, well, if he's telling the truth this time, I'll take UCLA to come home and play some defense. I don't like Purdue. I never do. But Purdue's always top 5 in the nation, which they still are. I'll take UCLA +5. Seems risky, but I'll try it. Purdue's 17-1, man. UCLA's 12-6, but 10-0 at home.
I'll take UCLA.
UCLA also. Script?
I'll go with Purdue.
Purdon't. As people like to call them when they lose. Utah State 16.5 over UNLV. Should mention Aztec men. I thought a really good win the other night over New Mexico. Tie game late, and BJ Davis made a really tough shot to put them ahead. They got the stop. They hit the free throws. But prior to that, Tony, you're down. Andrew Jones is in officially. Thank you, Scrape.
And
Baseball
Beltran.
Hall of Fame. And Beltran. Okay, so both. We'll talk about it more in detail. But how about Miles Heide? You're down 2. There's 50 seconds to go. The New Mexico coach, Eric Olney, formerly UCSD, fouls Miles Heide on purpose because he's a 38% free throw shooter.
Seemed like the smart play.
I think it was a very smart play. I still think it's a smart play. Except Miles Heide made them both.
Yeah, he did.
And I don't know if you saw this. First time all year that he went to the line and made both.
I didn't need them to put that up there. I 100% knew that.
Clutch, man. Good for Miles.
Big marbles.
Cajones? Yeah. Those marbles. Yeah, marbles is better. Sorry. Aztecs are 7-0. They go to Grand Canyon tomorrow, which is a tough one. Utah State just lost to Grand Canyon. But
didn't the Aztecs lose to Grand Canyon the last time they went there?
Last year, I think, as a non-conference game.
This was not a fun spot for them to go.
All right, back to it. Utah State 16.5 over UNLV tonight. It's at Utah State. And the Aztecs are now a game ahead of Utah State, thanks to the goings-on Saturday night. Scraby, you're up. UNLV is 4-2, so they're only 2 games back.
That seems like a lot of points.
It's at Utah State, though.
I'm going to go UNLV.
UNLV. That is a lot of points. I'm going to take UNLV also, although Utah State is a tough place to play. And I'm going to tell you why it's a tough place to play. beyond the fact that it's they get a good crowd. They are right. There's no out of bounds at Utah State. You throw the ball out of bounds, it goes into the front row of the stands. They are all over you there. Yeah, very tight. Tony, Utah State at home. 16.5 though.
Give me UNLV.
UNLV, all of us. Bulls minus 3.5. Clippers. First thing, Clippers have won 6 in a row. They're playing great. Bulls are still not playing all that well, but Kawhi Leonard is hurt again.
He is.
He's missed the last 2 games. I don't know why or what. So, but the Clippers are playing well.
They are.
I'm going to take the Clippers. Bulls have not impressed me yet, especially without Josh Giddey. Tony, I think I went first by accident, but it doesn't matter. Clippers, how about you? Bulls, you've been bullish on the Bulls for some reason.
Clippers.
Scrab, you want to take a ride on the home-standing Bulls?
No.
Okay. Luka,
I've tried to be there for him, and they keep ruining it.
I know they've been. Well, Josh Giddey's been a good player, and he's been out for a while. Luka minus 4 against Jamal Murray. This game's at Denver. Points. Jamal Murray's had to do it all for Denver because Jokic has been out. I don't understand the Lakers losing to Charlotte and whatnot, but Tony, it's your team. What do you think?
Yeah, Luka.
Luka minus 4. Scraby?
I'll go Jamal Murray.
Not a boy. I'm going to go Luka because Luka just scores 36-7 a game. He's way up there. James Harden, 29.5 points tonight against the Bulls. Scraby, you're first. Again, Kawhi's probably out.
I'll say over.
Sounds like an over. I get to watch the Clippers Bulls and the Lakers Bulls. They're about the only Bulls games I get to see all season. And every time I watch, Harden makes like 9 threes against the Bulls. I never see him miss. I'll take over. Tony? 29.5.
Over.
I don't think the Bulls have guarded anybody this year. One Australian Open women's match, second round, Coco Gauff, 6.5 games over Olga Danilovic. Can't tell you a thing about her other than that she's Coco's second round opponent. Scraby. You're believing in Coco?
And her first name's Olga.
Olga Danilovic.
I knew an Olga in high school. She was very nice.
All right. Who do you want, Scraby? You can take Olga.
I was trying to think of the other woman's name, but I could not remember. Thank you for the
story. It's good.
I'm going to take Olga.
Takes Olga. Why not? 6.5. That means if you win 6-3, 6-3, Goff does, you would win the bet. I'll take Goff. Tony?
I, too, will take Goff.
Goff. Danilovic. All right, that's our first one of the week. By the way, if you're wondering about Jarrett Stidham's effect on the AFC Championship game, Denver would have been a 3.5-point favorite over New England. Instead, New England is a 5.5-point favorite over Denver.
Wow.
It's a 9-point swing.
That's not what Sean Payton told us.
Yeah, Sean Payton
told us that he can guarantee.
You know what? I have
that
this audio.
Stedman won't be basically a drop-off at all.
No,
okay. It won't be a drop-off?
He's gonna hit the ground running. That's how he sold it to us.
He also said that
the Vegas people obviously didn't listen because they're making New England a big favorite.
Where did this audio go? Because he does a really good job of trying to sell it to us that his quarterback.
I think it's the thing you have to say, right? What are you going to say? Oh man, we're done now.
Yeah,
he's got to say that. I don't know. Stidham has never impressed me. He's always been kind of in a mop-up thing. It's hard to tell. He's only played, I think, 4 starts or something like that. But I just think even if you had a legit veteran quarterback who was, kind of used to being a good solid backup, coming in after having not stepped on the field for 18 weeks has really got to be tough.
At this level, at this kind of spot?
He's the only backup who hasn't played in a game this year. Only one. I just think that's really asking a lot. So we'll see. Maybe Sean Payton knows something.
Why couldn't Bo Nix just play through it or something?
That's what my wife said. She's like, he looked okay coming off the field. Just come on.
She wasn't lying.
Tape him up. Let's go.
Nobody thought twice about it.
If you watch that play, you could see in his face, ooh, that hurt.
I don't know. He did an interview after the game.
He probably just thought
it was
okay. He probably just thought it was just hurting.
Just pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he goes into the locker room. They look at it, and you're out for the year.
I mean, I was thinking a couple of things, but I don't really want New England to go to the Super Bowl.
I don't
However, if they don't, that means Jared Stidham starting the Super Bowl, and that doesn't sound great either.
Either way, I think the NFC is feeling quite nice right now.
Feeling their oats.
Either of the teams. All right, let's get the break. Let's get on track.
Fantabulous.
Let's get back to the norm here. More Gwynn and Chris on the other side.
334. Chris Ello, Tony Gwynn Jr., Scraby. We did talk about it earlier, but I do think, Tony, you and I deserve a lot of credit for great restraint Saturday night. I mean, you talk about kicking a man when he's down. We could have just piled on after that 41-6.
We could have stomped Scraby out.
And honestly. We didn't. We just let him stew. It turns out, I think it was better what we did, because he was anticipating all the incoming stuff, and it never arrived. He tried to get a start on it, right? It never got arrived.
I was preemptively striking.
Yes, you were, but we
never said anything.
We didn't fall for it.
And then you guys just didn't reply to me.
It was a bad way to go out. We'll have our NFL playoff weekend recap in the 5 o'clock hour. We also have the Big Five in the 4 o'clock hour. But right now, after a rare victory last week, Matt Scraby gets ready to defend his championship in the Fantabulous Sports Game Show. But first, I think we have some traffic.
5-5, get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury. Here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by San Diego law firm, fighting for your sexual harassment rights at SDLF.com. Got a few problems here. One of them is this collision on southbound 163 near Mesa College. It's over the right shoulder. Also an accident reported El Cajon Boulevard on-ramp to eastbound 8. Eastbound 52 near Mast Boulevard. Collision involving a couple of trucks, not showing if lanes are blocked. It starts small, the comments, the texts, the pressure at work. When it crosses a line, you need a personal advocate. San Diego Law Firm will help you fight against sexual harassment. Contact them at SDLF.com. That's SDLF.com. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, all you beautiful people out there, it's time to play one of our favorite games of the week.
All right.
We like to call it
Ooh, I'm going to go
Chris's Fantabulous Sports Game Show.
And it starts right now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, away we go. Scraby did win last week. Tried something different. Didn't pan out. I haven't totally given up that style.
I don't think you should.
I think I can find better categories, but it just,
even though I lost, I actually enjoyed
it was interesting, but it just wasn't good categories. I think this week we're back to kind of normal. Here we go.
No.
The guys will, which means you'll lose. The guys will be given the category here shortly. There are 17 correct answers today for a total of 28 points, which means there are 3 3-point answers. There are 5 2-point answers, and there are 9 1-point answers. So you're obviously trying to get the
3,
most
5,
points.
and 2.
Or
3, 5, and 9.
Right, in terms of point differential. So I'll give you the category in a moment, and you guys will exchange going back and forth naming correct answers. Here is the category. You can play along out there, see how many of these you can get. Since 1998, the NCAA football has pared it down to 2 teams to compete for the national championship. Originally, it was called the BCS title, and then it went to the college football playoff with 4 teams, and now it's with 12 teams. Your job is to name the 17 teams that have lost in the championship game.
Oh, my goodness.
The 17 teams that have lost.
Since 98?
Since 98.
Okay.
Obviously, well, you don't need any more clues. I'll give you some if we go along. It's not as hard as you think, I don't think, Scraby. And the reason I'm only saying that is because it's legit teams right on down the road. I mean, not too many Stony Brooks got into the championship game. So, you have to be pretty good to make it. Anyway, Tony gets the option of going first because he is coming up on the losing in last week. Tony, would you like to go first? Number 3 strikes, you're out. Tony's first?
Yes.
Go for it, sir. Who is a losing team, one of the 17 losing teams in the national championship football game over the years here since 98?
Oklahoma.
Were you trying to get a 3-pointer?
Yes.
You did. Oklahoma lost in 2003 to LSU. 2004 to USC. That was an embarrassing game, if I recall.
They put it on them with that Orange Bowl.
Yeah, they did. And they also lost to Florida one year in 2008 with Tim Tebow. So, 3-pointer for Tony. He goes into the lead, 3-0.
It's great.
Your turn to find somebody who lost on that championship game.
I am going to go with a game that was so bad, we almost got fooled that the head coach fixed the game, and that would be TCU.
Oh, TCU. Who was the head coach that day? It was old
Sonny?
No, it wasn't. It was before Sonny. TCU is right. They lost in 22 to Georgia, 65-7.
Yes.
I think that was Gary Patterson, who'd had a great career. And TCU had just beaten Michigan in the game before in a really good game.
Yeah.
And then
didn't happen.
That's only a 1-pointer, I'm sorry to say, Scrape, but you're on the board 3-1. Tony, you're up.
Huh. This is a multi now. How about Miami?
How about
University
the U? Yes, they lost 2 of them last night, and they also lost the famous Fiesta Bowl game to Ohio State in 2002 on the pass interference controversy. Tony's got a 5-1 lead. 15 will win. Scraby would, I'm not telling you what to do, but it would help you to find a multi one this time.
Yeah,
if you can do it.
Yeah, it would.
Not easy.
Not easy. You're right.
Looking for a team that has lost more than one national championship game.
I am going to go with Oregon.
Well, you did get a multi. They've lost 2.
Ooh.
So it's 5-3. Oregon lost to, I think it was Auburn.
Yeah, Cam Newton.
And they lost the very first playoff, 14 to Ohio State. That was the first year of the college football playoff. Oregon beat, I think, I don't remember, Florida State maybe to get there, but they lost. All right, anyway, 2 points for Scraby. It's 5-3. There are still 2 3-pointers left.
I think this is another 2-pointer. Give me Florida State.
Florida State is a 2-pointer. Tony's very good at this. Florida State lost the first one in 98 to Tennessee, and they also lost an all-time classic to Josh Heupel in Oklahoma. Final score in 2000 of that game, 13-2. If you recall that one, it's probably best forgotten. But Oklahoma did win that title. All right, 7-3. Scrape, you can get back in it with a 3-pointer here. If you could find one, there's 2 left out there for you. You guys don't have any incorrect answers yet.
I'm just going to name the next biggest school that comes to mind.
All right.
Ohio State.
Ohio State is a big school, and it's a 3-pointer. Oh, goodness. Ohio State lost in 06 to Florida, 07 to LSU, and in 20 they lost to Alabama. And I will be honest with you, don't recall any of those 3 games.
I don't either.
I don't remember anything to even give you a note.
The Alabama one, that was against Justin Fields, and Devontae Smith had 200 yards in the first half.
He was wide open the whole game. I do remember that. All right, 7-6 now. Tight. After 3 correct answers each, no strikes. It is Tony Gwynn Jr.'s time. There's 1 3-pointer left, 2 2-pointers left. And then the rest are all worth 1 point. National championship game losing teams since the BCS began in 1998. Tony Gwynn leads 7-6, and he goes with I'm a go. We both said that.
I'm a go.
How about the Gators?
I'm a go Gators. That is going to be strike.
Oh, wow.
Gators did not lose a championship game in since 98 anyway.
That is shocking.
Yeah. Florida's gone a clean slate since the BCS started in championship games.
That's irritating.
Scraby, another world here for you. You're kind of back in this a little bit here. What do you got for me, Scraby?
I can't think of a multiple one, but I can think of one game Deshaun Watson lost when he was with Clemson.
Well, you just got 2 points. Clemson's lost 2 of them. Deshaun Watson lost, to Alabama. And I don't know who lost to Joe Burrow, but LSU creamed Clemson in the finals one year as well.
It had to have been Trevor Lawrence.
You're right, yeah. So 2, Scraby's ahead, 8-7. And Tony has a strike.
Wow.
It's surprising.
This is crazy.
But there's still a 3-pointer left. Tony might turn the tables. You never know. Tony Gwynn Jr. down 8-7. This is getting kind of fun here.
How about Texas Longhorns?
Longhorns. Have they ever lost one of these?
Stop playing.
2009, they lost to Alabama. It's a 1-pointer.
I needed something.
Correct.
I needed something.
You got something. 8-8. Tony's got a strike. And Scraby is up.
Okay.
Scraby's got the lead here, maybe.
Things are coming to me now.
Oh, no. Oh, is that right? What do you got?
Manti Te'o had a very tough year, and he also lost the national championship when he was with Notre Dame.
Is that your guess?
That's my guess.
Is that a 1 or 2 pointer, do you think?
Maybe a 1.
You don't have very good memory. They lost last year as well to Ohio State. That is a 2-pointer. Notre Dame is the last of the 2-pointers. Scraby takes a 10-8 lead. And Tony has the only strike so far. There is 1 3-pointer left. A team that has lost 3 national championship games over the recent 25 or so years since the BCS started. The other 7 answers are all 1 point. Tony Gwynn is down by 2. He guessed
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. Okay.
Very good, Scraby.
Thank you.
Manti Te'o was on the losing end of one of those to Alabama. All right, Tony, what do you got?
We haven't mentioned them yet.
All right.
How about...
if you repeat, that would be a strike. So hopefully you haven't mentioned them yet.
Touche.
Touche, he says.
How about the Georgia Bulldogs?
How about the Dogs? 2017, Tua hit the pass there to beat them in overtime.
Yeah.
That is correct. Georgia. Oh, wait.
Wait, what?
Wait.
Huh?
Did Tony already? Did Scraby say Georgia already?
No, he did not. I've been typing all his downs. He has no Georgia.
I crossed it out as they
you said TCU.
Yes.
You know what I did? I circled Georgia because they beat TCU. Yes. That is correct. 10-9.
See, look at how upstanding I am that I stood up for Tony.
Don't worry. I had it out anyway. You weren't going to get it.
Next time I'll fight you on it.
We have 1 3-pointer. We have 6 1-pointers. Tony is Scraby's leading 10-9 in a shocker at this moment. Tony also has a strike. You're looking for teams that lost the national championship game since 1998 and the beginning of the BCS.
I'm just going to go with the team that is always in it, usually. Alabama. They've lost 1.
They lost 2 at least.
2016. Clemson. 2018.
3.
Clemson.
3 then.
2021. Georgia.
What?
3 for Scraby. Got the other 3-pointer.
What?
Not a fan of you, Scraby.
Oh, please don't ruin it, Mr. Scraby.
What was it again? What was that one you just guessed?
Alabama. All right, we have 6 left. Now, Scraby's got a 4-point lead, but he still has to seal the deal here.
I do.
There are 6 1-pointers left. All 6 of these teams lost 1 national championship game since the BCS started in 98. Tony it's going to be one of his all-time comebacks if he pulls this out.
Wait a minute. You said, what do we have left?
6, and it's 13-9. There were 28 points total.
There's not a.
No. All the 3-pointers are gone. The 5 2-pointers are gone. 10, 19. Yeah, there's 9 1-pointers. You've named 3. 6 left. Tony Gwynn Jr.
I don't think that's right. So I'm going to go ahead and guess this.
All right,
anyway.
you guess it. If it's different, I'll change it. LSU did lose 1. That is correct. 2011 to Alabama. LSU is correct. 13-10.
What was your issue?
They did not lose a second one.
I guess they didn't lose. Okay, I got you. Yeah.
I'm getting confused on the college football playoff because I remember some of the teams that get in. I don't remember the national.
I have all of the. I have all the results
thinking,
here too, Tony. If there's any question for later,
I was thinking who finished 1 and 2, not the national championship.
That could definitely
game.
happen. Yes, but it's the actual national championship game result that we're looking at. LSU has lost only 1 since the BCS started. All right, Scraby, you're 2 away from victory.
I have.
You got the 14th
one that
point?
Just popped in my head.
You got the 14th point, you think? All right, who is it?
Michael Penix Jr.'s Washington Huskies lost.
Very good. To Michigan a couple years ago. All right, there are 4 points left. Tony needs them all to forge a tie.
Washington, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've been hanging on to this one.
Scraby's feeling good about it.
Give me Virginia Tech.
Michael Vick. I knew you'd come up with that one, Tony. You love Michael. Yeah, they lost the second BCS championship game to Florida State, 1999. 14-11. Scraby, it looks very good for you, but you still need one more to clinch it. Name one of the 3 remaining teams that has lost a national championship football game since the BCS started in 1998. If you do it, you win.
Oh, now I'm getting confused with basketball.
San Diego State will not be a correct answer for football.
This wasn't said because this could be the start of the downfall.
The debacle. What do you got?
I'm surprised that it hasn't been said, but USC.
I'm hanging on to that one. Vince Young winner. Yes, that is right. USC. Scraby wins the Fantabulous Sports Game Show. A victory that I did not see coming. 15-11. Scraby prevails with only 2 correct answers remaining. I'll give you those in a moment if you don't have them already. Matt Scraby, remarkable. 2 weeks in a row, and this is a legit victory. You not only are the champion today, you now lead for 2026.
Well, that's going to change. Let's just be honest.
Maybe this is a whole new year.
Could be. I think about 4 years ago, I won 2 in a row, and that was the last time I won 2
Tony
in a row.
took it out on you for the next 6 months.
Yeah, he did. For the next 3 years.
Is Nebraska on there?
Nebraska lost to the U in a terrible game. That is correct. And that was in 2001. Nebraska shouldn't even have been in that game, and they got annihilated. The other one is Auburn, which fell to Jameis Winston, I believe, and Florida State in 2013.
Never guessed Auburn.
Auburn and Nebraska were the 2 you did not name.
I just remember the Cam Newton game.
Cam Newton
won
against
Oregon, yeah.
But I think Jameis Winston, I don't know who the Auburn quarterback was that day. Well, very good, Scraby. I would have lost a lot of money on that one.
It may have been Bo Nix, honestly. He went to school for like 10 years.
Might have been Bo.
Bo Nix in 2013. Yes, he could have been there. I mean, who knows?
I think he got to school at like 16. It wasn't that far off.
He's 40 now, isn't he?
Yes.
Bo Nix. Yeah, he was in college for a long time.
While he's doing a cert, never mind. I was going to go in a different direction. Did you guys see that Carson Beck is getting a lot of hate today for walking off the field without shaking Fernando Mendoza's hand?
I wasn't a fan of it. I did notice it, but I thought maybe that's more of a college thing.
You weren't a fan of it.
Is it more of a college thing to not? Every quarterbacks go across and thank, don't they?
I was saying, of course.
Because I know I saw Sam Levitt, by the way.
Sam Levitt was here.
I saw Sammy today, and I chastised him for not calling me after the championship.
And what did he say?
He's non-pulsed.
He's non-pulsed.
He was like, whatever.
He's really worried because his hair is so long right now. Sam Levitt,
super
he's
long.
like, oh yeah, I need to get.
It's really not super long, but it's the longest I've ever seen his hair.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty. It's long.
Yeah,
it's not that long, but it's long.
Yeah, I didn't see him. I didn't see that hold. Is that a thing? People are upset that he didn't shake.
Yes,
Mendoza's.
They're calling him a sore loser.
I don't know. He's got 6 million reasons why he could walk off the field. I say.
Not everybody wants to be all friendly after losing the.
He did just throw an interception too.
You know, one play we didn't talk about in the game that was really maybe the play. There's 2. One is the blocked punt, which just should not happen in that situation. The guy reaching an arm out and it, going right into the end zone for a touchdown. But the other thing was Indiana on 4th down. Everything in the whole world said they'd kick a field goal, and to go for it and run a quarterback draw, and then he, gets into the end zone. That's a legendary play. And then come to find out after the game that Kurt Cignetti said they put that play in just for this game because they noticed something on film. In that situation, Miami's defense was susceptible to a quarterback draw. Now, how they knew that, I don't know. But that's the kind of coaching.
Film work, yeah.
That's the kind of coaching that Indiana brought to the table. It
literally was the edge they needed to win a national championship.
Now, did you guys see Fernando Mendoza got rocked on that
a couple of times?
And Chris Fowler was like, he started to say that he was coming off the field woozy, but then they cut him off and he never brought it up again. And I thought that was like,
he didn't seem woozy.
I didn't know if
you're always looking for an angle, aren't you? What do you think? The TV director is controlling whether or not the guy gets to play?
Well, no, I wasn't saying that. I was saying that he was saying he was woozy. But if an announcer says he's woozy and then he doesn't get checked, I think that's a big deal.
I mean, if an announcer says he's woozy from up in the booth up there, I don't know that that's necessarily qualifying. He didn't seem all that woozy in the interview. Like, he seemed like he was pretty, on top of it.
Yes.
Yeah. He's got a headache today, probably.
Yeah, maybe.
That might be a hangover.
Might be seeing doubles.
That might be a hangover today. All right, 4 o'clock. I think, yeah.
Yes, your turn.
Okay, so Chris versus the Fans is coming up next. Good Fantabulous Sports Game Show. Shocking victory for Scraby. Everybody in the chat, shower your man with some love there. He deserves it.
Wow, thank you.
And Gwynn and Chris continues for 833-288-0973 for the trivia.
So last night, the bus was to leave for the airport at 8 p.m. And, Tony, you know this. Everybody knows this. You know, if you're hooked up with anything like this, as Pete Carroll used to say, on time means you're late.
Right.
So Amy's the young lady who handles all the travel and puts together the itinerary. So we're just about ready to leave. You know,
TJ Lacita.
She stands up as the bus is kind of rumbling to life. And she goes, okay, everybody get your passports out. I want to make sure nobody leaves without their passport. Because, again, you are talking to college kids here, and you don't want
college kids, huh?
That's what she thought she was talking to.
She thought she. So I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking to my head, like, you don't need a passport for this trip. I didn't even bring one. We're just going to the Bahamas. And so, yeah.
That was your thought process? The Bahamas are an international flight, I believe.
This is almost equal to the fact that North Dakota borders Canada.
Yeah, I think it does equal that, Scrape.
Actually, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, I would have forgot about it too, buddy.
Right, so for whatever reason, I did not bring my passport. I'm sitting there, and I'm like, my stomach, you have your sinking feeling. And I'm like, what? Never do that. Yeah, thank you. And I was like, oh no, I don't have my passport. Here's my second thought, guys. If I just quietly call Lori, because the flight wasn't until 10 o'clock. You got some extra time. So I said, if I call Lori and just have her bring my passport down to the airport, I'll be able to get away with this without everybody knowing that I blew it. Because that isn't a factor here. You don't want to be embarrassed. So she's in the back checking the players' passport situation out. And I'm having this argument with myself. Oh, no, what do I do? And so my first thing is I'll call Lori, and I'll just say, hey, can you, I blew it. I forgot my passport. Can you meet me down at the airport? And then I thought, we live 25 minutes from the airport. Lori is not going to be happy. Getting my passport and driving it down there.
Because the airport is really easy to access these days.
And never easy to access, exactly. So I had a quick discussion with myself, and it was either A, it's time for me to embarrass myself in front of the team, or I'm going to have to ask Lori to drive to the airport. I chose the first one. So I said, oh my goodness, I can't believe I forgot my passport. I don't have it. And Stacey Terry Hudson looked at me and like, what? Like you? I mean, she wasn't mean about it. She was just like so surprised. And as I was, and everybody's like, what are you going to do? And I said, well, I live, literally 10 minutes from the school. And I said, I'm going to call Lori right now. Is there any way we can just hold up for 10 minutes?
What?
That's all. It was either that or make Lori drive down, Scrape. You got to understand my options here. They're very limited.
I get it, but I think your mistake means that you have to
do the hard one.
Yeah, you have to deal with the hard part.
I agree. Well, this didn't turn out a whole lot better. Amy, it's her first year on the job, but she's a very nice gal, so I don't have any really, I don't have any cachet with her yet. And she's like, looking at her watch, looking at Coach Stacey Terry. She's like, 10 minutes, because that can be a little...
That's stressful.
Well,
it's stressful. And she doesn't care. Her job is to get everybody on that damn plane.
Right. And what a lot of times what we don't know, the traveling party doesn't know, is they've already called ahead and talked. They have a travel agent that's going to kind of expedite the process a little bit. And if they mess up that contact, then everybody's messed up.
So everything is thrown asunder if you got to wait 10 minutes. And but I'm on the phone with Lori, And Lori's like, well, I'm not going to the airport. There's no way. She's like, you tell them that I'll be there in 10 minutes.
You tell them.
And I will give Lori a lot of credit. She, while this discussion was going on, found the passport and was already in the car.
Whoa.
So I give her a ton of credit. She didn't wait for, okay, go get the passport hurry up.
Because she knew she wasn't going to the airport. So
she knew she wasn't going to the airport. Exactly, Tony.
She's like, I'm in the car.
She did. She said, I'm in the car. So I told, Amy, and I got Lori on the phone. I'm telling Amy and Coach, I'm like, she's on her way. And I said, I drive this all the time. It really is 10 minutes. And they're like, all right, 10 minutes. So last night, the bus was to leave for the airport at 8 p.m. And Tony, you know this. Everybody knows this. If you're hooked up with anything like this, as Pete Carroll used to say, on time means you're late.
Right.
So Amy's the young lady who handles all the travel and puts together the itinerary. So we're just about ready to leave.
TJ Lacita.
She stands up as the bus is kind of rumbling to life. And she goes, okay, everybody get your passports.
4 o'clock hour. Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Ello, Matt Scraby. Scraby with the upset victory. And the Fantabulous
There were
Sports
no official
Show.
odds on that, but had I posted odds, that was clearly an upset victory.
It was definitely a nice victory for you there, Scrape.
Good job,
So
Scrape.
am I winless in 2000?
No, you won the first one.
Okay,
what was the first one?
Don't recall, but he got one.
I'm 1-2 on the year.
Scraby's 2-1. That is cause
back-to-back wins.
Now, would you guys call me a fake good team? Like we call NFL teams fake good?
I would call you similar to Indiana right about now after last season.
Oh, last season.
When they came back,
okay, I'll take
and when
it.
they came back this year and they were picked 6th in the Big Ten. That's how much we believe in you right about now.
Okay.
So you're going to have to do a lot more to convince us. But good win.
Chris versus the fans coming up here, 833-288-0973. Your chance to take down Mr. Ello. Congratulations are in order to Carlos Beltran and Andrew Jones. Both deservingly, as you heard Buster say if you were listening earlier. Carlos Beltran would have been in a couple years ago had it not been for the Astro scandal.
Sorry, I interrupted
No,
you.
go ahead.
Wasn't nice.
He I think he got attached to it because as those reports were coming out, reportedly he was one of the creators, had the idea. And
he only played for Houston the 1 year.
Yeah, and it was an unbelievable trade to Houston. I mean, he goes to Houston. It's probably one of the best deadline deals of all time.
Carlos Beltran should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
For his postseason alone, 16 home runs, including the 1 year where he seemingly homered on every pitch.
Every pitch.
I think it was 04. He had 8 home runs for the Astros that year. But what I don't get is why somebody that is attached without proof to a cheating scandal gets in over somebody who's attached without proof to the steroid thing. It's inconsistent to me.
It's all the same to you. Really.
It is, and I don't want it to leave Beltran out, but I don't want to leave Bonds out either.
Yeah.
And I noticed Buster snuck that in there in his answer. He said, the Hall of Fame is doing,
doing itself a disservice. Yeah.
Could have put all the thing behind us. Just let the guys who deserve to be in. But we're still talking about it. Let me ask you this. Who would you take if I gave you one pick, you could get one guy? I think I know, but would you take Andrew Jones or Carlos Beltran, Tony? Ooh. You get one.
I mean, Andrew Jones is, in my opinion, the greatest defensive center fielder ever.
He's in the running.
I don't know that I didn't get to see Willie Mays play, but I saw all of Andrew Jones's career, and I can't think of somebody
who
won
10 in a row.
Played a position better.
Yeah.
That being said, I think Carlos Beltran was the better overall player.
Really?
I do.
Interesting. Jones, 434 home runs, had a 50 year.
Give me some of Beltran's number. Where's he at homers wise?
Gotta hope my backspace works, but it doesn't usually.
I love that you tell the truth.
Yeah, what do you think? I have it off the top of my head. I appreciate people thinking that. 435, so they're both pretty good, about the same. Beltran hit about 25 points higher for his career.
For me, the thing that puts Beltran ahead is that Andrew had like a couple years where he was like abysmal offensively. I don't know that Carlos ever had a year where he wasn't like the dude. And, I think obviously as he got older, he wasn't the same defender. But when Carlos Beltran was in his prime, he was as good of a defender as he was offensively.
He won 3 Gold Gloves, so not like he was bad.
Yeah.
All right. Do we not have any contestants, Scrape?
No, we do.
My screen isn't working properly.
So your screen is not official, Scrape, told me.
No, it is not.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the Fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All righty then. That was
Do not
go in there. Woo!
If you hated that whole movie, you'd still have to love that line.
Oh, I love
just
that
would
line.
have to.
That's a great line. I use that often.
Everybody
uses it. My wife has used it. She wouldn't want me to admit that to everybody, but I just did. I just did.
If you win, you will be qualified for a chance to win the grand prize 2 tickets to Sammy Hagar at Dolby Live.
I don't think she used it with the same verb as Jim Carrey, though.
That 100% slipped out right there.
A 2-night stay.
You want to be married to a talk show host?
Las Vegas.
It's a little collateral damage done from time to time.
Gas card. Sammy Hagar returns to Vegas with his Best of All Worlds. I'm trying to get you out of this, but you keep going back into it.
I know.
All Worlds Las Vegas residency. Get ready to rock with your favorite hits from the Van Halen years, Sammy solo hits, and more. Only in Vegas this March 11th through the 21st and September 18th through the 26th. At Dolby Live at Park MGM. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Now, the rules, you have to make it through 3 questions. Each question is going to get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get it wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win. If you're a first-time player, let us know before you get into it, and you will get that question for free today.
I like it.
All right. Let's go to our first contestant, Leo. Hello, Leo.
Hello, Leo.
How we doing?
Doing well, my friend. All right, let's without hesitation, let's get to the first question. What team did Bo Bichette sign with over the weekend?
The Mets.
That is correct.
The Metropolitans, who now have 9 shortstops.
I think he's going to play third base. That's how they have him listed on their website.
Going the AJ Preller style. Get as many
just get
shortstops. We'll figure it out.
Yep.
Question number 2. Which NBA player married himself in a public stunt meant to promote his 1996 memoir?
Married himself.
Meta World Peace.
Meta World Peace. Did not marry himself.
I'm sounding like I don't know, but I read this memoir. And I liked it.
Memoir is a hard word to say.
Yeah. I believe it's Rodman. I'll go with Dennis.
Dennis the Menace.
Yeah.
No one has this vivid imagination of him in a wedding dress.
I have a wedding dress.
Everybody's got it.
Sorry,
I think.
Leo.
I didn't know he married himself. I just thought he donned a wedding dress.
That's the thing is, I don't think anybody remembers what the actual event was. You just remembered that he had a wedding dress on.
I can see the picture.
Makeup
in my
and
head.
all. Yeah.
Yeah, makeup and all.
All right.
Let's go to our next contestant, Peter.
Hello, Peter.
Hey, gentlemen, haven't had a chance to play with you for a while. It's good to be back.
Welcome
yes, I
back,
know
Peter.
Peter.
Welcome back,
Peter.
Here we go. First question.
Peter's a good player, so be ready, Chris.
Ready.
How many yards between 2 end zones of American football field?
100 yards.
Nice.
Ooh, I thought I was going to.
He tried to trick you with the wordplay there.
Did.
By the way, the other one is, I don't think that's a question, number 1.
Really?
Yeah, the Kurt question.
Oh, the Kurt one.
That one might
Excuse
be
me, can we pause the show?
Why?
Somehow Scraby slipped on this indoor Tiger Woods golf league again.
That's ESPN.
God, this has got to be off of our TVs.
ESPN is fully backing this on their main channel every week.
We've got to change it. All right.
Atrocious. Here we go. Question number 2.
It is
Oh, he's really upset. That was a good putt, though. Question number 2. Oh, yes, that's me.
You know, we're playing. Here we go. What color flag signifies 1 lap remaining in NASCAR in a NASCAR race?
Lap. That's an interesting one. Does he have it?
The white flag.
He's got it.
He's got it.
Peter's solid. You scouted him as a good player, Scrape.
I remember Peter.
Yeah.
Here we go. Question number 3.
You think the first one's too hard?
No, not for Peter.
Apparently not.
Okay.
Here we go. Oh, what color was the tennis ball before Wimbledon moved to neon green in 1986? What color was the tennis ball before Wimbledon moved to neon green in 1986?
Peter's got this.
I actually think I do know this because my mom raised me. She was a huge Jimmy Connors fan.
Oh,
good for your
I'm
mom.
gonna say blue. I don't know if I'm right, but I'm
Blue.
gonna say blue.
It's going with blue.
Oh,
I think his mom sent him to the hinterlands with that one. They were white, believe it or not. You couldn't see them at all. White.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry
Peter,
about that,
I'm sorry.
Peter.
Thank you for calling. Call back again.
It's hard to even believe that they had white tennis balls in that day, but they did before somebody invented something you could see.
I gotta say, this question has been on there for about 4 weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You didn't want to go with
I
it?
knew you were going
you knew
to know.
I knew it.
So
Oh,
I
okay.
was not going to ask, but I was like, you know what? Maybe he doesn't know.
Yeah.
You do.
See, the
They were
things
white.
I just thought they were always neon green.
I think
You know
everybody
what's funny
does,
is that if you watch some of the old footage, I always thought to myself, man, the ball looks like it is
Can't
just
see it. Yeah.
it just looks like they had these they left the balls in the sun all day, or pretty much.
They weren't very green.
They weren't green, and
Right.
that explains why they were
That
white.
explains.
All right, who's our next
Let's
contestant?
go to Brian. Brian, are you there?
Yes.
Hi, Brian.
Oh, it's Brian.
How are you?
Hi, Brian.
My name's Isla.
Isla. Okay,
Okay.
Isla. Good for you. Using Brian's phone, I guess.
Isla, is this your first time?
This is not my first time.
All right,
I do remember Isla,
She's a
yes.
veteran.
Here we go. Question number 1.
Here we go.
Which NFL QB threw for the most yards over the weekend?
Oh, just completed the weekend.
Completed weekend.
Is this number 1?
Ew.
I think they're discussing.
I mean,
They're going to discuss for a moment.
Do you have an answer?
Oh, Scraby, don't be so tough.
I'm gonna go with Josh Allen.
She's trying Josh Allen. Got it.
Nice.
A quick
Could have
bell.
been a little trick question there, right? Are you thinking winners?
Yeah.
They lost.
That's
Yeah,
right.
He had
I wasn't
283.
thinking about it.
Isla got it.
Here we
Nice
go.
job.
Question number 2. Where did Kirk?
No, don't ask this one because he watched the game last night, so he's gonna.
Okay. What NFL team has the current longest streak for consecutive losing seasons?
NFL?
NFL.
That's tough. This is second question, Scrape?
It has Dolphins? No, they just won.
No, but this is a second question. I
It
think
is
that's
a
a tough
second
one.
question.
I'm gonna need an answer, Isla.
Longest stretch
I'm
of
gonna
losing
go with the
seasons.
Lions.
Oh, the
Detroit Lions.
I think she was going with
Yeah,
like
I
of
feel
all
bad.
time.
I
Like
feel
the Lions
bad.
probably did
I
have a
feel
lot
bad.
of
It's
long
current
ones.
streak.
But current streak of crappiness, I'll go with the Jets. It's off the top of my head. It could be anybody, really.
Jets.
It's because Fireman Ed isn't on the screen anymore.
No, it is the Jets.
I'm
Oh, sorry, Isla.
Call back again, please.
Sorry.
The Josh Allen.
How many years in a row for the Jets?
10.
10.
10.
Boy.
10.
I think we're gonna need a tiebreaker.
We'll go one more.
One more.
Scraby says one more.
Oh, I gotta.
Then we go one more.
Let's see. Let's go to Troy.
Hello, Troy. How are you?
Troy.
What's up?
Hi, Troy.
Here we go.
Welcome
First
to it.
question. Jazz Chisholm Jr. has played for 2 teams. I need both
That's
of them.
all, huh?
I need both.
The Marlins and the Yankees.
Winner.
Nice.
Chicken dinner.
What's wrong?
Did Jazz get to the big leagues with the Diamondbacks?
Even Tony's questioning you now.
Let me go check.
It's not even me questioning you.
Hold on. Stay right there, Troy. We're
Usually-
doing some fact checking because I went
usually
to
it's
his
me.
page.
He might not have
He
got
did
to-
not.
He did not get
He
to
has
the big
never had a statistic with
All right.
any other team.
We moved to question number 2.
Good for you, Scraby.
I know I won that one.
Don't question Scraby. Damn it.
What city hosted the last NBA Wait, what? What city hosted...
Wait, are we on...
Oh, we're on question number 2.
We're on question number 2.
What team won the 2025 WNBA title?
Just completed, I believe.
Yeah, not that long ago.
The New York Liberty.
Liberty. Stay there.
Yeah, I don't think it was the Liberty. They won, I think, last year. But I'm really as big of a WNBA fan as I would like to say I am. Not recalling the championship celebration. I know that the Vegas was going for like their 20th in a row or whatever, and they're like, say Minnesota.
Minnesota. Should have kept with the original.
It was
Las
Vegas.
Vegas. You
They
don't
did, huh?
remember it because they blew them out. It was like 4-0.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah,
close this
okay.
year.
Your
All right.
favorite Sabrina Ionescu, isn't she on the Liberty?
She was.
Yes, she didn't win this year.
On the question
All right,
number
good for
3.
you.
Here
Yeah,
we go.
Still alive. I thought Minnesota had they might have the better record, but yeah, the Liberty caught
I
fire.
want to ask
Or
number
they
3.
knew Vegas caught fire.
What do you want me to ask there?
Is it what city hosted the last NBA All-Star weekend?
Okay, boom.
I
There it
know,
is.
The final word was
It was throwing me off.
Yeah.
From last year's All-Star game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Troy, you're up.
It's only 1 year
Troy,
ago.
get ready to collect.
Officially ask him the question, Tony.
The question is, what city hosted the last NBA All-Star weekend?
Last year's.
I'll guess New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Stay there, Troy.
I don't think Ella's going to get this one.
This is stuff that he puts in his mind for about 30 seconds
Yeah,
and then
I hate
purges
this
it.
stuff. I don't even watch the All-Star game.
When he goes home to download, he purges it.
Los Angeles. I don't know.
Ah,
Hey, Troy, you're winner.
Right state.
Oh, is Warriorland?
Warriorland
San
it
Francisco.
was.
Stay there, Troy.
All right.
Good for you, Troy.
Let's get the break. On the other side.
On the other side, I had one. I put one in there. We got another player being sued by their school for trying to leave in the transfer portal.
I saw this.
This is going to become a thing.
This might be the thing that stops people.
And I love it.
We'll get into it on the
Absolutely
other side.
love it.
More Gwynn and Chris.
From the 855.
Shin Soo Choo household, I imagine. People are like,
Chris
who is
is
that?
Upset about
I am a
this.
little upset about
He was,
this.
and then he saw the numbers.
He walked
and
out of the
it's
room.
taking some of
He
the
was
steam
so
out.
It's taking a little sting, but Shin Soo Choo is a Korean outfielder, played for Cleveland and Texas, got about 15 years in the big leagues, one all-star team, 200 career home runs, okay. But a Hall of Famer? Please. 3 people voted for him. I mean, really? Or at least he got 3 points.
He got 3,
Three votes. Matt Kemp only got 2. I mean, you'd go Matt Kemp over Shin Soo Choo, wouldn't you, Tony, if you had to pick? Come on, Matt Kemp.
Matt had the better spurt.
Well, I can't see Shin Soo Choo as a Hall of Fame. I doubt he was sitting on the edge of his seat waiting for a call.
I think neither of them are Hall of Famers.
And they're not. Right. You're right about that. The guys that are Hall of Famers, if you just tuned in, they announced it today. Carlos Beltran and Andrew Jones are going in. Chase Utley was next on the list. 59%. You need 75%. A-Rod.
Wait, Chase will finish. He was the
third.
next one?
He would have been the next. Yeah. Right. He was third.
What was his percentage?
59.
Okay.
Pettit, 48. King Felix, 46%. A-Rod, 40. So that's the Hall of Fame results. National championship last night went to Indiana. Thriller, I thought, over Miami. NFL playoffs are getting ready for the championship round, but we had something else to talk about, and it's totally slipped my mind.
Well, it's football. It's college football.
It's NIL.
Oh, right, the NIL stuff.
Duke quarterback Darian Mensah is being sued by Duke University because he signed a contract with the school through 2026, I believe, and then he tried to enter the transfer portal. It's kind of funny because he just goes on social media and is like, "Hey guys, I'm entering the transfer portal. Thanks Duke for everything."
he tried to sneak out.
Yeah, he just tried to go out the back door. He just tried to go out the back door.
So he entered into agreement.
Yes, he entered into an agreement.
Was he not happy with his agreement? Or
I don't know.
$4 million wasn't enough.
I don't know.
Maybe somebody else, like Lane Kiffin, called and said, "We'll give you $6 million."
The Duke lawyer said
he was making $4
million.
Yeah,
according to the story.
The Duke lawyer said this case arises out of decisions of a star quarterback in the increasingly complex world of college athletics, but at its core, this is a simple case that involves the integrity of contracts.
Listen, you typically, when you sign for that kind of money, you're going to have to sign a piece of paper, some type of contract.
You should.
And if you sign that contract and you try to bolt, unlike the free enterprise of professional sports where you can maybe finagle that into getting out of where you want to go to, college is a little different.
I just feel it's all,
sue you.
I feel it's all Lane Kiffin's fault. I think all of these guys get a call from Lane Kiffin. He says, "Come play with me. I'll give you more money than you should." Because he's a jerk and he's everything that's wrong with sports. That's why my mind always goes to that guy.
Poor Lane.
Poor Lane.
Poor Lane.
I don't know. I'm gonna go poor Lane.
Oh no. Mensah was supposed to go to Miami. That's what it's saying.
Guess you can't blame old Lane on this one.
Apparently, they were his representatives or his family. The article says,
right? No kidding.
Have been shopping around without actually telling Duke, and it says he was expected to transfer to Miami.
But he already signed a contract
with
Duke. So what did he not understand about that? And what did his family not understand about that? How about kicking him out of college football and making him turn pro if you do something like that? I mean, put a penalty on these guys so they'll stop doing it.
No, just sue them.
Just keep suing them?
Just because that tactic hasn't been proven to not work. The last team we saw was threatening to sue.
Who was it?
Was my man at Washington.
Yes.
And what did he do?
He went back to the school.
He went back to the school.
Because they put down the contract in front of him and they said, "You signed this."
So listen, if this is the tool that colleges can use to keep guys who they are paying, by the way, to stay because they're in a contract, there you have it. This is the one tool that we've seen actually work.
Seriously.
Is there anything wrong in anybody's mind with Carson Beck being drafted late in the first round this year and having to take a pay cut from $6 million a year to $3 million.
It was like the Texas Tech quarterback got more than Shedeur Sanders did in his entire 5-year contract, which I think there's a big problem with that. If professionals are making less than college players now,
listen, that you know why that is because there's rules and there's structure in the NFL. Those guys have to make that much. Remember, it wasn't that long ago where these rookies were getting these contracts, and they were way more than what those guys. And
Sam Bradford comes to mind. He was the last one.
And they fixed it, right? Yeah. And so now you're under a certain structure. The reason why it looks that way is because college football is operating with no rules at all. And so it could look like that in Texas Tech.
Who was the guy they drug out of the stands last night with a brown suit on that handed Kurt Cignetti the trophy? Like, who represents the NCAA? You know what I mean? Like,
they probably just picked somebody out of the stands that had a nice suit on.
Yeah, hey, you got a minute?
Hey, you think you can hand this trophy to...
I mean, you know, the NFL, there's the commissioner, the baseball commissioner. Who is football's guy?
No one.
Right. It was just some guy.
And it seems like the leaders are all so scared to be taken to court or whatever it is. There has to be some type of regulation.
The courts may have to
on
save
how
us.
this is going to go down, or these things are going to keep happening. Listen, you don't want to. I'm sure these schools do not want to have to be suing these 18, 19-year-old kids, but they are paying them $4 million in this case, so they're going to protect themselves. And what could be a much more damaging situation, they lose that quarterback, and whoever they bring in ain't nearly as good.
Crazy. Like I said at the beginning, it was fun to watch a game for 3 hours last night and not think about this stuff. But the gleam of that has already worn off. We're already back to all of the problems in college football. Big Five. We're to that next with Scraby on Gwynn.
Ben and Woods on the Fan.
I hate mustard water.
All right, it's time for the Beaver Nuggets. So the story is somehow Buc-ee's got brought up. I think Frank brought it up.
Yes.
And it's a rest stop / mall / entertainment zone, super center. And someone said on the chat yesterday that they have like 100. They went to one with like 100 gas pumps, which is a lot, I guess. But while we were talking about this, Sam Levitt was in New York listening, and he goes, "Put me on, put me on, put me on." And so we put him on, and he's talking about how much he loves Buc-ee's. And so we got into the conversation, and it ended up being about the Beaver Nuggets. And so I had to order them because I find the name Beaver Nuggets very gross. I find it gross. But we're going to go with this. It's kind of like a Cheeto / a corn pop.
It's like a cheese doodle.
A cheese doodle. And we're going to eat them right now. I don't think these are bad, but here we go. I like it. It tastes like a corn pop.
I was just saying it tastes like a waffle, really.
It does kind of taste like a waffle. You know what? I'm in. These are good.
Yeah, I'm not.
You want another one?
No, I don't want another one. But yeah, I mean, it tastes like a waffle, like a waffle with syrup on it.
It's pretty good. I gotta say, I'm not hating these at all. Actually, they're very good. I like this. The waffle is a perfect explanation. If you've ever had, I'm sorry, I'm talking on the microphone with food in my mouth. But if you've ever had a, what is it? A Lay's potato chip that's waffle flavor. It's kind of like that. Sad Fryer says, are they cheesy? No, they're not cheesy at all, actually. They're sweet.
No, it's like a hard waffle with syrup on it. With dried encrusted syrup on it.
Now, I don't exactly know what the puff is. It could be just fake something.
Most likely. I mean,
it's like caramel a little bit too. All right, I gotta stop eating these because I will eat the whole bag. I love these things. I'm gonna leave them here though because I will eat this if I go home. It's just gonna be a bunch of beaver nuggets in my bed as I sleepwalk or something like that. All right, it's time for the Beaver Nuggets. So the story is somehow Buc-ee's got brought up. I think Frank brought it up.
Yes.
And it's a rest stop / mall / entertainment zone, super center. And someone said on the chat yesterday that they have like 100. They went to one with like 100 gas pumps, which is a lot, I guess. But while we were talking about this, Sam Levitt was in New York listening, and he goes, "Put me on, put me on, put me on." And so we put him on, and he's talking about how much he loves Buc-ee's. And so we got into the conversation, and it ended up being about the Beaver Nuggets. And so I had to order them because I find the name Beaver Nuggets very gross. I find it gross. But we're going to go with this. It's kind of like a Cheeto / a corn pop.
It's like a cheese doodle.
A cheese doodle. And we're going to eat them right now. I don't think these are bad, but here we go. I like it. It tastes like a corn pop.
I was just saying it tastes like a waffle, really.
It does kind of taste like a waffle. You know what? I'm in. These are good.
Yeah, I'm not.
You want another one?
No, I don't want another one. But yeah, I mean, it tastes like a waffle, like a waffle with syrup on it.
It's pretty good. I gotta say, I'm not hating these at all. Actually, they're very good. I like this. The waffle is a perfect explanation. If you've ever had, I'm sorry, I'm talking on the microphone with food in my mouth. But if you've ever had a what is it? A Lay's potato chip that's waffle flavor. It's kind of like that. Sad Fryer says, "Are they cheesy?" No, they're not cheesy at all. Actually, they're sweet.
No, it's like a hard waffle with syrup on it. With dried encrusted syrup on it.
Now, I don't exactly know what the puff is. It could be just fake something.
Most likely. I mean,
it's like caramel a little bit too. All right, I gotta stop eating these because I will eat the whole bag. I love these things. I'm gonna leave them here though because I will eat this if I go home. It's just gonna be a bunch of beaver nuggets in my bed as I sleepwalk or something like that. All right, it's time for the Beaver Nuggets. So the story is somehow Buc-ee's got brought up. I think Frank brought it up.
Yes.
And it's a rest stop / mall / entertainment zone, super center. And someone said on the chat yesterday that they have like 100. They went to one with like 100 gas pumps, which is a lot, I guess. But while we were talking about this, Sam Levitt was in New York listening, and he goes, "Put me on, put me on, put me on."
That's right. You heard it. We are indeed doing our thing from the Bill House Studios. We know how.
Wait.
Thank
you, Scrappy. I didn't know this was behind me, but look at that beautiful. I don't know if people see on YouTube.
We know how.
I can definitely see it.
Put a sign up. Studio changes name.
Oh, we got even on the stickers like too.
That. Yeah,
the
we
stickers
got
on the windows.
We got stickers. I appreciate the a part of the commercial, not the "We Know How," but the second Bill How.
Yeah, my son loves that part. I
mean, you think the people at Bill How wanted you screaming that?
Yes.
Yes,
they do.
I don't know if they wanted that part, but they
part of the commercial.
The jingle is working.
Yeah,
because we all know it.
O'Reilly.
Don't go to one of their competitors now.
That's not. I mean,
when
you're
you're
not a
promoting the
competitor.
name of the studio, you don't go to another brand right in the middle of the discussion.
That's a good point. I learned that my first few days
McDonald's
of
has
radio.
a great jingle.
We're not mentioning other
Bill Howe,
heating, air, plumbing, and flood companies.
Bill Howe is not giving this station money for you to talk about O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Okay, you're right about that, but I was just making a connection between two very different businesses.
Yeah, it's so true.
Just saying.
All right, let's check some traffic and then get to the Big Five.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Got a few problems on southbound 805. One is a hit-and-run accident before La Jolla Village Drive. It's over to the right shoulder. Further down, right before the 8, stalled car in the center divide. Then reports of another stall on the Main Street on-ramp to southbound 805. Traveling on North 163 past Friars Road, a collision has been moved over the right shoulder, and 2-vehicle accident East 52 at Mass Boulevard. It's over to the right shoulder. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All guests on 97.3 The Fan join us on the David P. Shapiro Fan Hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. If you would like to hear our interview with Buster Olney of ESPN, you can go to the Gwynn and Chris YouTube or 97.3 The Fan YouTube. Buster was calling in from Australia, and I loved your Vegemite joke.
Thank you.
Chris,
You guys want to hear? You want to hear something? When I was with the Padres, this was one of Bud Black's things.
Oh yes, he offered it to Scraby and I one time.
You miss a sign, Vegemite.
He had it in his office.
Had to take a spoonful.
And he gave you a healthy one.
Oh, it was not a little bit.
Yeah,
oh,
didn't taste.
I don't think I've ever had Vegemite, but it just
I thought you had
gross.
it that day. I thought he offered you some. We came into his office. He pulled it down.
Who's
I remember
this?
Bud Black.
Bud Black.
Oh no.
You didn't have any?
Bud Black was not here when I've worked at this radio station.
What?
Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah,
that was another station.
Yeah, I don't think so. Because he wasn't. We weren't together with. But I wasn't here with Bud
never
Black.
mind.
Tony played for Bud Black.
All right, You're right.
But
brain cramps do happen.
Vegemite is gross.
It's disgusting. I know this because when we went with
Isn't
San
it
Diego
just
State,
all salt.
I don't know.
taste?
I can't describe it, but it is a
I'm gonna give you a
bitter.
description of Vegemite. as
Yeah,
we go
yeah.
along.
It's rough, especially a spoonful of just raw. Yeah,
I think it's just a spoonful.
So if
of
you missed the
salt.
sign, Bud Black made you eat a bunch of Vegemite.
Yeah.
It says it has a strong, salty, umami-rich flavor. I don't know what umami is,
I
but
think it's sushi or something. All right, here we go.
I don't think that's what they're talking about.
Some news that snuck in last week. This was very under the radar, guys, but the San Diego State football team announced that they are going to play host to James Madison on September 9th, 2026 at Snapdragon Stadium. The game against the Dukes is the final non-conference home game for the Aztecs in 2026, which is their first year in the Pac-12 conference. Now, James Madison just came off of a college football playoff appearance, and they've been very good at every level that they played at. So, Tony, you're up first. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being 10 being this is really, really good for the team.
For the Aztecs.
Yes. What is your importance for this team by scheduling James
September
Madison?
19th at Snapdragon Stadium. Are you circling it on the calendar?
I don't know that the importance is in scheduling them as it is in beating them. I think the Aztecs have been able to schedule some pretty
Arizona a few weeks ago.
upper level competition. I don't know that that's been the problem.
Cal?
Yeah, I mean, any of those. James Madison this year, obviously, because of where they got to in terms of the playoff,
they carry a little.
They carry a little cachet for sure. But I think the most important part would be finding a way to hang a W on them.
Yeah, I mean that would be
something. Now, of course, that James Madison could be ranked 150 next year. It might not make a difference.
Here's the I don't want to say no reaction, but not a strong reaction based on we're not playing the 11-1 playoff James Madison team. We're playing a 0-0 James Madison team that has a new coach because the other guy went to UCLA. Here's the irony: the Aztecs also play UCLA next year, so they'll get the James Madison and their former coach next year. I would say beating UCLA is a bigger deal. That game's on the road. Here's one more thing to keep in mind about the Aztec football schedule. I don't know if you guys are in on this. Right now, the Aztecs have room for 8 more games on the schedule. The Pac-12 will only give you 7 games unless you play one of the teams twice, and they're starting to talk about maybe doing that. Do
you get to pick the team you're playing twice?
I think it would be your
I'll take San Jose State, please.
No, they're not in the
Mountain West.
Well, but I think it would be your quote rival whatever that might be. But for the Aztecs, they just play Fresno State twice. I don't care for that in college football.
Yeah.
So we'll see
really
how that turns out.
You got to have an even number of teams. Come on.
Something to keep an eye on.
All right, let's go to
number 4.
Last thing on this. I think James Madison, people hear that, they're like, hey, Aztecs are playing some teams. Maybe it'll give it a bigger buzz for them.
Okay.
If people remember by the time next year or September rolls around, that James Madison was as good as they were last year.
It's only been a couple of years that we thought of that as a football team and not a president.
Right.
One of my friends went to James Madison. He's never been happier with his athletics. This one was on MLB Trade Rumors, and it was a poll that they put up, and it was, will Luis Ariz land a multi-year deal? The results of the poll, 6,644 votes. 74.6% said no, he will settle for a one-year deal and return to free agency next year. 25% said yes, he'll find a multi-year contract this offseason. Chris, does Luis Ariz get a one-year deal or multi-year deal?
I like the one-year idea for him. I think it'd make more sense for him. I think he can come back and win another batting title and then sign a nice contract next time. They got to bet on himself and go 1 year.
All right, Tony, 1 year, multi-year for Luis Ariz.
I think it'll be a 1 year at this point, unless something happens. He'll give him a chance to go out and get back to the level that he had been prior to last year and get a chance at that multi-year deal at that point.
All right.
Number 3.
What began with an irrational belief, Indiana center Pat Coogan said, ended with the first Hoosiers national championships. And according to Kurt Signetti, maybe a new world order in the college football landscape. He said Indiana's championship is a quote-unquote paradigm shift, one that opens the door to any program willing to invest to climb to the top of the sport, just as the Hoosiers did. He said people can cling to an old way of thinking, categorizing teams as this or that, or conferences as this or that, or they can adjust to the new world, the shift in the power dynamic in college football today. This is touching the MLB topic right here a lot. But
I was thinking the same thing.
Do you think he says opens the door to any program willing to invest to climb to the top of the sport? So, Tony.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to be boring with this question, but I'll be boring with this question. Is Kurt Signetti right?
In college football? Yeah. I think he's right.
Just shell out the money and you'll win.
Let's break this down. I think he's right if you have the boosters that can give you that.
Yeah,
money.
where did they get all their money from?
I don't know.
Mark Cuban's one.
I know Mark Cuban gave money.
That helped.
And listen, maybe if as far as I know, Mark Cuban has no ties to Indiana other than this. Did he go to school?
No,
there?
I think he went to school there.
Okay, well, see, that's kind of where it's at. Like if you have some alum that care about.
Wait.
Okay, now you're gonna.
He's always talking about Indiana. Oh no, he graduated he did. Yeah.
So he's an alum there. So I mean, they have like one of the
I don't think he's the only one. Though.
I mean, the Aztecs have Tony Gwynn Jr., so I think we can keep up with that.
That's part of the problem. Is that they have Tony Gwynn Jr. Tony Gwynn Jr. didn't make that kind of money.
Not giving Mark Cuban money out.
Not even true. Not even close.
No.
But I think he's somewhat right. I'll give him a 50% on that.
Okay.
If you have the donors, if you have the boosters, if you got a shot. I mean, the fact Indiana is lucky because a guy like Mark Cuban graduated and holds that school up in high esteem and has the money to do it.
Where was he, though, 10 years ago? He wasn't giving him any money.
They weren't good.
Not only were they not good, the rules weren't, he couldn't get involved like that without, it being a problem. And so,
fair enough.
That's where it really boils down to. If you have that type of, and listen, we're seeing it at San Diego State with
Blenders. I was just thinking about them. They shouldn't be forgotten because they donated $5 million.
There's no way they should be forgotten. That's huge for our school. And so, I think he's right from that standpoint. But if you're a school like, we'll say James Madison, for instance, I don't know if they got some big dogs that graduated from there. If they do and they want to approach it the same way, James Madison can be in this same spot. But every school is not equal when it comes to the type of alum that have have come out of there.
Yes.
And
Same with
alum
baseball.
and alum doesn't mean just famous. We talking like wealthy.
Yeah, you're talking billionaires.
At least Cuban is.
Yes, Cuban is. Chris, is Kurt Signetti right?
I no more than 50%. The money is important. More important to win it all is a guy like Kurt Signetti, who knows what to do with it, knows how to get the right people in there, and has the, to me, the attitude and the willingness to prove everybody wrong that he had. Remember, he left Nick Saban in 2010, assistant coach, became head coach at IUPUI.
Oh, yeah.
You talk about
ooey pooey.
Right. You talk about going to the hinterlands, and he was there for 12, 13 years before he came out.
So he loves Indiana.
And you know what? He ended up, he was at James Madison before that, and then Indiana. So look, Kurt Signetti had something to prove, a chip on his shoulder, and he had some backing, and he's really smart. I think he's a great coach on top of it. And I have a bad feeling that there's going to be a lot of millions upon millions and millions of dollars wasted over the next 10 years from boosters all over the country. They're going to try to help their school win a national championship because it just can't happen only on the money.
That's fine. But how this connects, you were saying this has a lot of Major League Baseball vibes.
Yes. He's basically saying
you want the chance.
Yes.
That's all. Listen, there ain't a bunch of Signettis hanging out there. I promise you. He's an elite coach. But if just given the chance, that's what you need to start. Can you get the players? You can figure out the coach part at some other. You get the players.
Yeah.
And that's all you can ask for at that point.
It is. My grandpa, may he rest in peace, but I don't even know if he would believe me if I told him that Indiana won the national championship. They were that bad for that long.
He may have rolled over last night.
I think he may have. I think he may have.
In dominant fashion, too, by the way.
Yeah.
Number 2.
All right, so Robert Kraft, owner of the Patriots, was on with 98.5, the Sports Hub in Boston, and he was asked about the future of the NFL, and here's what he said about additional games.
I want to tell you guys, though, we're going to push like the Dickens now to make international more important with us. Every team will go to 18-2, and eliminate one of the preseason games. And every team every year will play one game overseas. And part of the reason is so we can continue to grow the cap and keep our labor happy, because we're sort of getting near the top here,
All right, I can't go on anymore. He basically.
Did they wake him up before they asked him the question?
I think he's awake. I think he's awake. I told you guys to be prepared for that clip. But he said that they need to grow the cap, even though they're making billions.
Did he say cap or gap? Close the gap.
Cap. Because they put.
I thought he said cap.
I heard you thought he said cap.
They
too?
put subtitles on the screen for me to read.
Because
Because it was kind of hard.
subtitles be like putting in these AI subtitles.
Don't even get me started.
These AI subtitles be butchering.
I spend 30 minutes making sure that the subtitles are right, and then I see videos from very famous accounts that have nothing right in the subtitles.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, anyway, he said that they want to grow the cap and they want to keep their labor happy, which was a very strange. Yes, that's a
Why do they want to play extra games?
For less money. I don't know.
I don't think the players would be happy with more games or the travel overseas, but I think if Robert Kraft says that may be happening soon.
He didn't just say it was going to be happening.
You better get ready.
He said they were going to be pushing hard.
Yes.
He's going to get
it. The Dickens.
Yeah,
like
get ready for it.
Get ready for
it.
Dickens.
At what point, honestly,
there is no point.
Can the NFL say, we're concerned about health and safety of the players, but then we're going to make you play internationally?
They will announce that they are concerned with the health as they are announcing the 18th game. Yes.
They're like, we are concerned about the health and safety, but we have added another game for all you fans.
Everybody will play a game in Europe on Thursday nights only. So you have a 3-day window to get ready. No, I know. I'm with you, Scrape.
All right.
I would love to see them go back to 14 games. I think football will be fine. But
I never lived in a 14-game age, so I think 16 was perfect, but 17
made, anyway. Yeah.
Yes, anyway.
18-1.
We don't need it. Robert
18's
Kraft is what
coming,
I'm
though.
saying.
It's coming.
Yeah, it is. Kansas men's basketball coach.
I'm leaving my mind is going.
Are you talking about Kraft?
No, I'm going Monday, Thursday night football is what I'm thinking.
That's not changing, Tony. Bill Self was hospitalized Monday after feeling
Don't ever
under
get
the
rid
weather.
of those games so we can get out of here early. That's where Tony's going.
Tony got so concerned for a second.
Yes, he was a little worried.
Bill Self went to the hospital. He got IV fluids. He did not travel with the team. The school said he was feeling better, but it was unclear if he's going to coach. This is the latest health scare for the 63-year-old coach. He missed the 2023 Big 12 and NCAA tournament.
That's right.
After being hospitalized for chest tightness and balance concerns resulting in heart catheterization and 2 stents. He also had another stent insert in July. Basically, long story short, when does health become more important to you, Tony?
I would have.
Are you at the point?
I would have thought before 63. Going through these type of deals,
stints.
I know it can happen to especially coaches. It's almost like you forget you're aging, and you can't have the same habits that you had as a coach, and it's hard to kind of change those. And I don't know if that's the case with Bill Self, but I hope he kind of figures out this is like the second big scare he's had in the last couple of years.
Go ahead, Chris.
It just makes me nervous what he's going through right now. But as a coach, I mean, can you imagine him just saying, I'm going to walk away? Very tough.
Yeah.
Very, very tough. All right. When we get back, we'll recap everything that's happened in your sports day on 97.3 The Fan.
This January 31st, make your
Chris, hello. Yeah, we're here in Cooperstown for 97.3 The Fan. So excited, the induction weekend for the great Trevor Hoffman. What a class he's going in with, too. Let's take a look. Of course, Alan Trammell from Kearney High School in San Diego. And then, of course, the Detroit Tigers, great shortstop. Jack Morris in a Tiger uniform there, but I always remember him pitching that 1-0 shutout in Game 7 of the 1991 World Series for the Minnesota Twins. Maybe the greatest postseason pitching performance of all time. Chipper Jones, Padre fans remember him. Every fan of a National League team remembers him because he would come in and do damage to that team. Only the second #1 overall pick in the Major League Draft, Chipper Jones, to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. The other is Ken Griffey Jr. Vladimir Guerrero. Never met a pitch he couldn't swing at. And powerhouse hitter for the Expos. And then, of course, the Angels at the end of his career. Jim Thome, over 600 home runs, mostly with the Cleveland Indians. And then, the guy down here on the end who used to get all these guys out all the time, Trevor Hoffman, the greatest Padre reliever of them all. Two of the greatest outfielders in the history of baseball. Of course, you've got Babe Ruth right here. Ted Williams right over there. I was wondering who the third outfielder would be. And then, of course, it hit me. Tony would be upset if I didn't say that the third outfielder, who will someday probably be displayed right here between these two guys, is obviously Mike Trout. And this is the San Diego Padres locker room here in Cooperstown. Obviously, a couple of jerseys there and hats, gloves, all-star stuff. I think the most interesting thing in this entire display, though, especially this weekend, is a picture in the top corner of Angus Young. He's the guitarist for AC/DC, wearing a Trevor Hoffman uniform, obviously playing Hell's Bells. I know that Trevor went to many AC/DC concerts and was honored by sitting in the front row to watch AC/DC play Hell's Bells in his honor. But there's a picture of Angus Young playing Hell's Bells for Trevor Hoffman, wearing the 51 jersey right there. Crisello, yeah, we're here in Cooperstown for 97.3 The Fan. So excited, the induction weekend for the great Trevor Hoffman. What a class he's going in with, too. Let's take a look. Heading into the happy hour, first of the week here on 97.3 The Fan. Crisello, Tony Gwynn Jr., Matt Scraby. Scraby Chronicles coming up at 6.
You all right?
Do you need help?
Hiccup. And you're lucky that they'll just go away, because I know people such as my wife who would have to go to sleep in order to get rid of her hiccups.
That's insane.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's tough.
That is tough.
So I should be
2 in the afternoon. I got to go to sleep.
There's a guy who has that
2 in the afternoon. Yeah, right. It's a good way to get out of work, but
there's a guy who has that issue. Like, he cannot stop hiccuping ever.
Yeah, that would be
stressful.
Anyway, are you okay, by the way?
I said I'm fine.
Okay.
I said I had hiccups and they'll go right away, and I think they already have. Here we go into the happy hour. Recapping, not a lot to recap today other than the fact that Beltran and Andrew Jones are into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Everybody else is out of luck. And that's the news of the day. Of course, the NFL, we're down to the final 4, as it were, after a good weekend of activity and games and overtimes, and we'll talk about that at 5:30 in our NFL recap segment. College football, of course, Indiana took down the championship last night. I did find there was one cool connection. I don't know if you heard this. The athletic director for Indiana now, his name's Dolan, last name I think, Dolan, was a student manager back in the mid-'70s under Bobby Knight at Indiana.
Wow.
Maybe he just caught enough of that to have the competitive fire, whatever, 30, 40 years later, who knows. But Indiana is now the last college football team and college basketball team to go undefeated and win a national championship. Bobby Knight was the last to do it in basketball in 1976. And now Indiana has done it in football.
You know what we need?
Yes.
Here we need more folks like we need more guys,
disciples of Bobby Knight,
alums like Strasburg, like Steven.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he has,
that are committed.
100%.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
Well,
and that not just committed, but have the pockets as well.
The pockets help, but the committing is important. They care that goes behind it. Indiana, don't make a mistake. People are saying Indiana's a Cinderella. I think they are.
They are, but they aren't.
Because the name Indiana.
Right.
But they're not when you give them 22 transfer portal players who are all 25 years old and have, been around college football for 6 years. It makes sense that they're good.
They had the commitment that you often hear about with all the SEC schools, right? But they also have the pockets that those same schools have, and they had the right coach, and that's why it's turned out the way it has.
They definitely had the right coach
for sure.
Signetti I think he's all that. I do.
We kind of should have known this last year when they went on the run. It was just hard to believe because again,
the name was Indiana.
We couldn't get over the fact that it was Indiana that we were talking about.
They were in the playoff last year. Notre Dame beat them. By the way. So fun and easy to kick the SEC while they're down, but let me be the first to do it. They keep telling you that it's just different. It's bigger. It's better. These other leagues aren't even in the same hemisphere. Last 3 national champions, all from the Big Ten.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not lost on me that I'm tired of this SEC. I love to root against them at all times.
But
and
the Big Ten
we'll
right now is
do
doing
so.
this.
Beating their chest.
Yeah, I was going to say beating their chest.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Kind of hurts, actually.
Keep forgetting
Sorry.
It's not if you lift a weight or something and you have a little, strength up there, Scrape.
Oh, yeah. Not if you lift your weight up and hit yourself in the chest.
Yeah, that would hurt more.
That.
Yeah.
I do. I've been working.
You lift
out
weights?
I do.
Really?
I have these little weights that you dial
What
it up
weight,
to a certain.
What kind of weights you lift?
It's like dumbbells.
How are your shoulders doing with lifting weights?
My shoulder's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, my shoulder's pretty good. After I got surgery on it 2 Junes ago.
Do you do exercises
I do.
with it still?
I do. I have bands that I go up to the top of my head. I can't go.
Honestly, how often do you do your band work?
3 times a week.
You still do it 3 times a
Right
week?
before bed.
I don't believe
Good for you.
I look at Lucky and I say, "Time to do the band work, buddy."
You're lying.
I am lying.
And then when I call him to play golf, he's like, "My shoulder's a little tight."
That's me trying to find an excuse.
He's been using that for 3 years still.
That's me trying to find an excuse.
But you know what he always says, Tony? He says, "I can't make it, but please keep asking me because I really want to go."
And you keep asking me, keep saying no.
I've stopped asking. He doesn't know that, but I've just stopped asking.
I've
him.
noticed.
He's not even on the list anymore.
Gravy, why don't you go play golf?
Well, sometimes we have work.
We always have. He still goes.
Well, that's right. And then I come in late to work, which isn't great. Isn't probably what we want. By the way, official odds are out.
By the way, I would love to go golfing with you.
You'd like to get in there.
But
well, then
there's
there
no way my wife is going to let me have.
That's my shoulder hurts excuse.
No.
Scrappy doesn't like this because
he knows it's real.
Scrappy doesn't like this because this is a name drop. But the guy who's moved to the top spot is Mike Winters. He's our guy now, the umpire.
Mike Winters.
He's been our guy. And I'm telling you, we love golfing with this guy. He's got the best.
He's got great stories.
Great stories. And you know what? We don't bug him for stories, but he tells us a few here and there. He's fun to play with. I like Mike.
I enjoy Mike.
Good guy.
A lot,
I do. I sit next to him in the press box, and I'm always like, whenever he says something, I go, "All right, who's the craziest player that you ever had in your face?" And he told me Bryce Harper.
You're such a wannabe fan. Hey, Mike Winters.
Didn't he literally just do the same thing?
No,
he said they don't ask him that. Mike gives him.
I ask him like 3 questions a year, but he offered the Bryce Harper to me, so I didn't even ask.
He's a good guy. Good guy. All right, DraftKings has the odds out. I know you guys will know this one. And if to win the World Series, Dodgers are absurdly favored. Over under win totals right now.
Let's do that.
Dodgers 102, Padres 85. So they feel on the odds anyway. It's gone from 3 games to 17 games this season.
No shot.
The second
Dodgers won't win.
Padres. Dodgers won't go 102.
They won't get 102.
What's their over under 152?
9 losses.
That would be a hell of a season right there.
The Yankees are the second highest, along with the Phillies, 91. So the Dodgers are 11 clear of any other team in terms of win totals.
91 seems very low.
Well, That's how they do that. I've never really bet the over-under win totals. It seems like a really long bet to wait to pay off. You got to cover for 6 months of games. But
yeah, it does seem a little much.
91. Just in case you're wondering, the Rockies 54, which is
I say they go over
48 lower than the Dodgers.
Paul DePodesta is going to turn this thing
he's
around.
A genius.
He's going to turn this thing around.
Absolute
Where are the Padres at?
Genius. 85. It goes Dodgers 102, Padres 85, Giants 81, Arizona 79, Rockies 54.
Where are they getting these numbers from?
Other division.
What was his Dodgers number last year? Wasn't it bigger?
It was bigger than
102.
I think it was 109. Yeah, they went crazy last year, and
so
they
the
didn't
Dodgers
get close
are worse
to it.
This
yeah, they didn't
season.
get close to it. Other division favorites based on these odds: Cubs, Phillies, and in the American League, Mariners, Tigers, Yankees. They always put the Yankees on top because they're the Yankees. I don't
Where
think
the Blue Jays at?
right
Where the
behind
win
them, 89.5, two
Wow,
behind
they
the
still
Yankees.
got the Yankees ahead of the Blue Jays.
Well, you bet the Blue Jays then, if you think you got something there.
I don't bet on baseball, sir.
He's not allowed to, Chris.
Very good. I'm like trying to talk you into it. One quick other note that I thought was fun. Don't know if you guys saw the story. Now, John Harbaugh is finally the Giants coach, right? Are we done here? Because it took an extra few days.
We did.
You guys
There were some
surmised-
hang-ups.
You guys surmised, a lot of people surmised that maybe it's because John Harbaugh does not like the general manager. Well, guess what?
Oh, I got to get the video, Chris.
Okay, John Harbaugh did not say this. What he went on to say is, you guys are making too much of all that.
But he didn't say the.
However,
he didn't say the magic words.
However, John Harbaugh does not have to report to Joe Shane at all.
John Mara is his boss.
Understand, his boss is the owner. The GM also reports to the owner, but Harbaugh has more pull. So he didn't have to fire Joe
Let me tell
Shane.
you.
He basically just got rid of Joe Shane without getting rid of him.
All right, let me tell you, that hang up, I almost promised you it had something to do with that.
That's what had to be.
Like, listen, if you don't want to fire him, fine.
But I'm not reporting
I
to
want to
him.
report straight to you.
Yes, I'm getting the call. I have more pull than he does.
As I told you in our first meeting, I saw Hard Knocks. I don't need to see anything more from him at all.
How am I going to sit there while I'm not in the room and he trades away, Jackson Dart for a second round pick or something while I'm not there? Yeah, John Harbaugh basically has more power. And John Harbaugh tried to blow it off by saying,
of course,
well, ownership is all our bosses. Yes, I know, but most coaches actually have a GM ahead of them. John Harbaugh does not.
That is and I'm sure John knows this. You cannot function with that structure of your head coach being able to go to the owner and the GM, and the head coach being able to go buy his GM.
If I'm the GM right now,
You're already got your legs cut from
I
under you.
basically have no job at all other than to wear a tie and drive around and act like I know something.
You better hope
he's not even there. He has no say.
That structure cannot work longer than a year.
When we get back from break, have you guys seen him having a panic attack while introducing John Harbaugh?
Oh, no, I didn't. Shane? Joe Shane?
Is
cringe. Well, bring it on, Scrape. We got to see.
Is cringe.
We'll check it out after the
Traffic
break.
is going to be at the end of the break, but get ready for this.
Gwynn and Chris is available in podcast.
Junior Chris Ello, Matt Scraby, happy hour. As we roll into this next segment, Scraby's got it set up. Going over John Harbaugh, he basically rigged the system in his deal so that he doesn't have to report to the GM, which is typically the boss that's ahead of the head coach.
You usually work together, but the GM usually has the hammer.
He's usually the one
call.
that's still one you guys are working together, but you're usually reporting to him. Not this case. John held up things. We are guessing in order to get this pass where he just goes straight to the owner. He doesn't have to run anything.
It's funny to hear them hem and haw too. The owner's like, well, of course we all work together. This is how it's supposed to be. No, it isn't.
You know what's funny about that kind of thing? And listen, I think we see it every day in sports especially. But the idea that you're trying to convince us that somehow this isn't weird.
We kind of got. Yeah, we got this figured out.
John,
I'm sorry to say,
but you're not pulling that one by us.
No.
Yes, we know that both of you guys have a boss, but typically you would be reporting to this one.
The good news is though, when you go 4-12 next year because you can't figure it out, they can always fire the GM and buy you another year.
At least a
couple more years.
At this point, what's the GM's name again?
Joe Shane.
Joe Shane. At this point, Shane has to know he is
cooked.
He's driving a nice car, wearing a nice
walking
suit, and he has no job.
No,
at all.
He better hope John comes in here and goes, 14-4.
Right.
14-3.
Yeah, right. It's the only way he's going to stay.
Yeah.
Well, here is I teased this before the break, but Joe Shane introduced John Harbaugh today, and I put it up on the stream.
Let's watch him dance. Let's listen to him dance.
Awkward.
We're looking for a proven winner and an elite leader. We're fortunate we were able to find both. John Harbaugh's amassed 193 career victories, 13 playoff wins, and a Super Bowl championship. John has built a foundation of culture, player development, and toughness throughout each of his programs that he's been a part of. He's a proven winner. And when we set out to do this, we knew that John was going to be the perfect person for the New York Giants. When we did our research, what continually came up was John's respect that the players had for him and the ability to develop young men. And with that being said, I would like to introduce to you the next head football coach of the New York Giants, John Harbaugh.
I think he's having a panic attack on the stage.
He did sound nervous as hell.
I mean,
you could see the beads of sweat rolling down his face.
And
you can hear the beads of sweat.
Do not make me ever
out.
listen to that again. I'm so uncomfortable right now.
Into the microphone.
I don't know if you guys have ever if you guys, I have stairs in my house, right? So occasionally something will happen. I got to run upstairs, run down. That's how he sounded during that press conference. Like he's trying to catch his breath.
That was scary. That was a little scary. Well,
he repeated he was a winner like 3 times.
He was so nervous. I mean, maybe he's just not a good speaker, but if you're a general manager, that ought to kind of go with your job, I must say. You need to present a pretty strong front, I would think, as a GM. He didn't
have the moxie that he had when he was talking to Saquon.
No, he's lost that. Seemingly lost that.
I mean, his confidence has been stripped from him.
The other thing he said in there that was interesting was, what kept coming to our attention was his how much he cared about his players and how much his leadership. Well, those are all the things that the Buffalo Bills players tweeted out this week about how great Sean McDermott was.
Yeah.
That didn't save his job.
That didn't save him.
There was a couple of linemen who said, we are just stupid. I mean, guys that are the no-name players, but they just tweeted out and said, we're stupid. This is dumb. Now, I haven't heard from Josh Allen, which I think is interesting. Maybe he didn't want to go there.
Maybe that's why he was so upset because he knew what was coming.
I don't understand Buffalo, but part of me does. You were in there 9 times. You lost in the division round 8 times. So you still don't?
Listen, this idea.
I know.
That winning a world championship is just like
That's
a
the
coach
only
away.
Thing. It's the only thing, yeah.
Get out of here.
I know.
I don't know.
We've talked about it a lot on this show.
In this particular case, and I hate to blame it on him because he is a phenomenal player, and I said he took full responsibility. But they lost that game because Josh Allen had one of his probably his worst playoff game.
I couldn't believe it as I was watching it.
I mean, not
You're right,
only the
Tony.
turnovers, but the missed shots.
The missed shots was what killed him at the end. He had him.
And you know how you know that's true is because of the way he came in. He knew it, that it was on him.
He knew it.
And so, I hate to see McDermott go. I'm not a Buffalo Bills fan.
I'm not
at all.
either, but I watched the Hard Knocks with him, and I was beyond impressed.
No doubt.
Way more than I was with McDaniel and a lot of these other guys I've seen. McDermott was legit.
I felt the same way about Andy Reid when he left the Eagles.
Yeah.
Like, just keep getting there.
Keep going.
Eventually, he's going to figure it out. And eventually the Chiefs have been the one that have reaped the benefits of his coaching.
Well, hate to bring up my stupid team, but I mean, you hear about Sean McDermott is let go, and then 5 minutes later you announce your coach. Wait, you call the guy.
Crazy.
What are you doing? He's been beating
There's no way you can give the job to someone not without interviewing.
He's been
guy.
beating your brains in for 10 straight years. The Dolphins are dumb, and that's goes with that territory. That's why Harbaugh didn't even
Have we
think
figured
about
out your new head coach's name yet?
We don't really want to.
Did they? I wonder if the contract was signed and they just couldn't back out.
I hope that better be the reason.
Because as soon as I hear Sean McDermott's on the market, I'm giving him a call.
It had to have been signed, because if it wasn't, the fact that you wouldn't say, you know what, we're gonna turn this rock over as well before we move forward.
Yeah.
He'll get a job somewhere, and whoever gets him, I think, is going to, probably take off pretty quick. You got to have the players. We understand that, but
I can see the Raiders being a spot where he lands.
If Mark Davis could give him the thing and get out of the way, he might win something over there for them.
I mean,
Tom Brady.
If Tom has any say at all,
a call. Yeah, I mean,
you have to think that's one of the guys on the
Tom Brady's
list.
Paying attention, isn't he? I think he would be. All right, we got more on the NFL.
We got
in the next segment.
I want to ask you guys something real quick.
Okay.
It's a baseball question. Maybe we're going to have to ask the question and answer it on the other side.
Maybe. See how long you go.
But Buster Olney said it earlier. The Padres are reportedly talking about a trade for Freddie Peralta from the Brewers. I mean,
we talked about this last week a little bit.
Talked a little bit, yeah.
It would be a tremendous pickup. That's for the start of this season.
But you have to say, what are you going to part with, right?
Yeah.
Because we said last week, I think both of us, Tony, we don't want to part with the new big 6'9" left-handed pitcher.
Chris Schoolcraft.
Not yet.
Not yet. And so if we're able to pry a guy like Peralta away without including that, okay.
Yes.
But I mean, if you got to include that, then I have to say no. So as much as I don't want him to get up at the Dodgers, though. Oh, God.
I know. Like, you can't run your business like this, but part of it has to be like, we want to block the Dodgers.
You can't.
That's bad for you, though. You know that.
You
can't do that.
I remember when the Padres did that back in the day with Randy Myers, and they ended up being stuck on the. They ended up having to.
They paid way too much to keep somebody else from getting him, and then he did not deliver here, and they were hurting for that.
They knew he wasn't going to be able. He was hurting at that point.
Right, you're right about that.
They picked him up, and they had to pay a whole lot of money. And I don't think the Padres are in a space where they can do that. So, yeah, no. And not to mention, you can't play that game with the Dodgers.
No,
they'll run your bill up so high.
Yeah,
trying to keep players from going there.
They will.
They waited until the Mets said $50+ million, so they could say $60+ million.
You know what it did make me think though is that. One of the things that could eventually come, because this is not the first time I feel like the Dodgers have waited and came in at the last second and took somebody. Maybe it starts forcing teams to put their best offer out earlier.
Yeah.
Because that's a $5 million, was it end up being $5 million gap? Because we 55-60, right? It wasn't 65, right?
It wasn't 65.
So, I don't know. Just get your best offers out there early. The Dodgers are lurking, and they got the payroll to go ahead and go above your head.
They're lurking.
Put your best bullet out.
Hate them.
All right, let's get the break.
Hate them.
Finish up with the happy hour and Scrape. Oh, I guess we just answered Scraby's question. So
we don't have a question. We
NFL
have more playoff talk.
Recap And that'll be fun because that means we get to talk more about the 49ers.
Yay!
The baseball season might
And if you pay attention, you know that now is the time when we are going to announce today's biggest fan. The winner today will qualify for our grand prize, 20 tickets for you and your friends for a night in our Odyssey Suite at a Padres game. All of the fan staff, it'll be this season coming up. It'll be catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine. That guarantees that I'll be there. Remember to register if you haven't already at 973thefan.sd.com/biggest-fan. You do that, and this could be you next time. But today's biggest fan winner is Allison Labor of San Diego, Labor. Allison Labor, call us in 10 minutes at 833-288-0973, and you'll be in the running for the biggest fan stuff. We got our NFL recap from the weekend. Scraby didn't want to do it, but sorry, we're going to do it, and we're going to focus a lot on that Saturday night game between the 49ers.
There's nothing to focus on.
Yes, there was a great performance by a great team. Just did not happen to be wearing white jerseys. That's all.
I will say they lost Zach Charbonnet, which is a big thing.
That is a blow for the Seahawks moving forward. Let's check. Not you don't think so?
What are you talking about?
I mean, it's a little bit of a big blow. It's not like they don't have another
Kenneth
really
Walker,
good running back that was putting in a lot of the work in the last game.
They work best together.
I understand that, Scrape, but it's one game. You just got to get through this one.
We'll see. We'll talk about those games later in the week, but we'll look back before we look forward. What?
One more time.
We'll try Trifac now. Give me some Trifac.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Problems in the North County. Crash involving a motorcycle westbound 78 before Civic Center. Not showing if lanes are blocked. Up ahead before Emerald. Crash has been cleared over to the right shoulder. South 5 Coastline accident partially blocked the Carmel Valley Road off-ramp. South 805 before La Jolla Village Drive. Collision over the right shoulder. And in the South Bay, South 805 before Orange Avenue. Multi-vehicle accident blocking the two right lanes. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, NFL divisional playoff round. Usually one of the most exciting weekends of the year. It certainly started off that way. Saturday in Denver. By the way, just to throw a quick conscrabacy in here, we already talked about the end of the game and the calls, and whether we agreed or didn't, I didn't like the fact. I thought it left a bad taste. Denver able to win on a couple of iffy PI calls. Buffalo still upset about the interception play. How about the very first drive of the game? The Buffalo guy came out of his stance like for a fraction of an inch on about the 8-yard line, and Denver fumbled. Buffalo recovered. No score for Denver, except they called offside. Didn't see that offside either.
Didn't see it.
Thought a lot of calls just like that all game long for Denver, but I don't want to take away from this game. It was a fun game. Josh Allen was not at his best. I just, tough day for him to struggle.
The referees definitely had an impact.
I thought they did too, Tony, and this was the play in question at the very end. We're 30-30 in overtime. It's hard to say after all of that this was the one play, but it's the one everybody's talking about.
So now a third down and 11. Allen will line up in the shotgun, trips left, single man right. Now Knox will come in from the left side of the formation. He'll line up in the backfield to Allen's left. Allen in the gun gets the snap. Blitz coming. Allen backpedals. He's looking, has time, going deep, down the middle. Brandon Cooks is there, and he could not make the catch, and the pass is intercepted. It's picked off by Jaquan McMillan. What a play by McMillan to intercept it at the Denver 20-yard line. And the Bills turn it over for a 5th time in the game.
If that's really what happened, then it was a great play. Buffalo fans think that Brandon Cooks caught the ball, was down by contact before McMillan took it away.
I think that's what football fans in general feel, except for the Denver fans, like you said.
Yeah. But Broncos got the ball. And if that wasn't enough, the refs decided to throw 2 at least semi-questionable PI calls totaling, 53 yards?
It was ridiculous.
And next thing you knew, Denver was lining up Will Lutz for this chip shot to move into the championship.
Here's the snap, the spot, the kick is up. It is good, and the Broncos win in overtime.
That's the way it's gone all year for Denver. And it's not a knock on them. They've been the lucky team. They've been the chosen team. It happens to everybody until an hour after the game. Then the chosen status was kind of taken away because we found out that Bo Nix is out for the year. Jarrett Stidham will quarterback Denver.
Don't worry, Chris.
In the championship.
I've heard from an anonymous executive that Jarrett Stidham is actually better than Bo Nix. So they're in good shape.
Is that
Sean Payton?
No, that's the actual report that I read this morning that Jarrett Stidham's the better quarterback.
So they were just resting him for the hell of it?
I have no idea.
Resting him literally all season because he's the only
I've
backup that hasn't played all year.
One of the dumbest things I've ever heard from an anonymous executive.
Okay. The only thing I will say that I think's kind of interesting is Jarrett Stidham was drafted in New England to be Tom Brady's replacement.
Yes, that is true.
Now he'll be playing the Patriots.
I will say I've heard a few people say that Sean Payton, his kind of mantra in terms of he wants a backup quarterback that can step in. But how many backup quarterbacks are there out there that are
starters?
Yes,
he said he's a starter in the league. My question for you, sir, why have you not gone and found that opportunity?
By the way, do you have that soundbite
of
him
what?
saying? Because Chris, let me ask you this: he said because he caught himself. He was about to say Stidham could be a starter for a few, and then he was like, he could be a starter in this league. He was going to limit it to a certain amount of teams that Stidham could start for, which wouldn't have necessarily sounded all that
He's
great.
He's been on your team, Sean, for 3 years, and he's played one game.
I can't find it fast enough, but yes.
All good.
Was this Sean Payton saying it?
Yes. When it was in that same press conference.
When he was talking about it. Hold on. I have it. I didn't realize
Stidham could start.
Here we go.
The city's ready. I said this at the beginning of the season. I feel like I've got a two that's capable of starting for a handful of number of teams. And I know he feels the same way. So,
well, I hope he feels the same way, Sean.
I know what they're doing.
Silly,
and they're doing the right thing, trying to build his confidence.
Well, the only other thing they could do is say, "Hey, we got no shot," and that would be silly. So. Yeah. I understand it. Denver 33, Buffalo 30 in overtime.
Yeah, Sean Payton is.
All right, no more putting it off, Scraby. They played a game Saturday night in Seattle. And if you went out to get a cup of Java before the opening kick, whatever you do in Seattle, the coffee freaks right?
I get it. Okay.
Before the opening kickoff, you missed the game-deciding play right away.
A ticket to the NFC Championship on the line between these two NFC West rivals. And we are underway in Seattle. Rashid Shaheed drifting to his right. He'll field the kickoff on the 4. Shaheed to the 15, across the 20, veers left to the 25, a hole at the 30, steps through a tackle at the 40, stumbles across midfield, down the right sideline to the 30, Shaheed to the 20, he's all the way home, a Seattle touchdown on the opening kickoff, 6-0 Seahawks.
Just to rub it in, they put the flag out there to get 49er fans some hope that maybe it'd get called back, but it wasn't called back. It was because the kicker tried to trip the guy going by. That was a futile deal.
Hey,
I don't know if I've laughed that hard in the middle of a game. It was hilarious.
I was like, don't tackle him because you're going to get hurt. And then he tried to trip him. I'm like, that looked even worse.
It was a metaphor.
It was a slide tackle.
Yeah.
It wasn't
weird.
Unfortunately, it's a metaphor for the whole night.
Yeah,
the 49ers just could not trip up the Seahawks. Yardage, everything was dominating. And Scraby told me this early, but I didn't disagree. 4th down on the first drive, 49ers had a chance to convert, and they ran this stupid play.
Tonjes in motion from left to right. Juszczyk offset in the backfield with McCaffrey. On 4th down, the give is to Juszczyk. Wanted to run option, tries to pitch it to McCaffrey, who can't snare the pitch. It's out of bounds, and a turnover on downs.
Can I just say one thing before you guys jump
Trying
all
to get
this?
cute.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
First,
you're admitting you can't gain the yard.
Yes. Kyle Shanahan had a play that worked, but the Seahawks called a timeout, and the referees allowed the entire play to run for some reason.
That was poor refereeing.
But when Kyle Shanahan did that on the short side of the field, I knew it was over.
Into the long
I knew it was over.
Yeah.
But he admitted right there. He said, we can't gain a yard on these guys.
When you have to do trick
we got to
plays,
trick them. Yeah.
That was the message.
Yeah.
Anyway, referees once again took it easy on you. Only 3 penalties, Grabe. Seattle had only 2 for 5 yards. I don't know if the officials were even there at the game.
That's what we want, though, right?
Yeah, that's fine. 41-6. Then it was kind of that ugly, I hate to say. And you said you watched it all to the end because you wanted the pain of it, and I get it. I watched it all the way to the end because I wanted the joy. I don't get enough
funny
joy.
how you could be watching the same
I don't
thing
get much joy.
It elicits 2 different
when
feelings.
the Dolphins do their thing every year, this is how I get my joy.
When Kenneth Walker scored the 3rd touchdown of the game, I was like, should I turn this off? No. This is the bet you made. You have to lay it in.
Fans have to stick with it. I agree. All right, on to Sunday we go. Houston at New England. We all thought Houston, or we all picked them anyway. I thought the Houston defense was all that, and it seemed like it kind of was. But C.J. Stroud just would not give his guys a chance. I mean, my goodness, play after play after play. Let's go to the 4th interception there, Scrape, in the second, which was in the second quarter.
Yeah.
This is only the second quarter, and he did this.
Bunch trips near left. Safeties fade back. Stroud out of the gun. Play fake to Marks. Boot rolling to his left. He flips. Dangerous ball. Nearly intercepted. Brought in. Caught Davis the 3rd. It's picked off.
What just
Did
happened?
he not see the guy standing right there? He threw it right to him.
He did.
And then he put his hands on his head like.
Why did I do that?
It was like I didn't see him.
CJ, we were all putting our hands on our heads too. New England took advantage. You got to give them that. That's what good teams do. And they finally put it away in the 4th quarter. This was an amazing catch. If you didn't see it, look it up on the Drake May TD.
Amazing.
Shotgun single back right. Trips left. 3rd and 5 at the Houston 33. Stevenson goes up in front of May. Blitz comes near side. May feeling it. He steps into it. He slings it deep right. 1-on-1 to the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots! Brought in by Booty. A rematch with Stingley. Won by the Pats.
Stingley's very good, too.
Stingley's coverage was not bad. He was in the guy's pocket.
Right,
it was just a stupid catch.
Kayshawn Booty. I didn't know how it was pronounced.
My nieces
honestly.
love
You like
booty
they like
because they
booty?
get to say booty and not get in trouble.
Yeah, they do. Stephon Diggs also got a touch against his former guys, and I immediately thought, boy, I'm so happy that we just let all the other stuff go so that he could play. Anyway, that's my own thing. 28-16, the Pats. Drake May did finish with 3 TDs, but he picked once, he fumbled twice, and he fumbled actually 4 times. He lost 2. And that's because Houston is tough. They're everywhere. That what's his name? Will Anderson. Come on, 3 sacks in the game.
He's a beast.
He's a beast. So Houston blew a great defense, I think, or better yet, maybe C.J. Stroud blew one. It'll be New England on to the championship for the umpteenth time. And didn't we all miss them for, 5 years? We got a break from New England.
It was fun.
It was, right, while it lasted. Into the finale, Sunday evening in Chicago, and it was a good, fun game.
It was a great game. I thought it was a great game.
A lot of punting, though. I thought the defenses played a little better than I expected them to.
It was cold as hell.
It was cold. It was snow on the ground, and it was a hard-hitting affair. Let's start with we got into overtime. But the only reason we got into overtime because it was this incredible play that Caleb Williams made. And even Scraby and I, who are not necessarily Caleb Williams fanatics like Tony is.
No, don't give Scraby any credit.
I won't give him, me.
Just you.
But this was
I like Caleb Williams now.
Oh, now all of a sudden you like him?
I like him now.
He showed me something this year.
Well, he had to show everybody something on this play.
It's 4th and 4 at the Ram 14. And in the gun is the quarterback, Caleb Williams. Looks into the nickel. Arms outstretched. 4th down and 4. 14 of the Rams. Shotgun snap. Goes back 4. 4-man rush. He's chased. He's flushed. He's all the way back to the 40. He's backpedaling and throws a pass into the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! Touchdown! Chicago has caught a touchdown pass with Cole Kmet open in the corner.
Listen to Kevin Harlan's call. He's back at the 40.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
They started at the 14.
They started at the 14.
Yeah.
But he was back at the 40. And he was going further back when he threw the ball.
Unbelievable. Best arm talent in the NFL. After watching him all season,
Better than Josh Allen?
Better than Josh. I am convinced that the reason why that play worked is because he went from the 14 to the 40, and the corner was thinking the same thing everybody else was.
Game's over.
There's no way he can throw this ball over in this corner. And not only did he throw it there, he threw it there with like velocity.
It was on target. Yeah.
That
took us into overtime, and you kind of had the feeling that the Bears were the lucky, like Denver in the AFC. Like things just keep going. The Rams were stopped, but the Bears couldn't take advantage on their first possession. Williams and his receiver, DJ Moore, were not on the same page.
48 of the Rams. Chicago in the gun. 2nd down and 8. 5 in the Rams secondary. Shotgun snap. It's a 4-man rush. Williams sets, looks, there's a long pass down the near side, and it's picked off on a dive at the 22, on a dive by Cam Curl down the near sideline. Another interception of Williams. What a play!
It wasn't in that regard because he pretty much threw it right to him instead of his receiver. But as we found out later, DJ Moore did not really run the right pattern, and that turned to be the final straw for a great Bears season. Rams got down the field, kicked the field goal, which was, we don't need to hear these 42-yard field goal. We've seen a few of those.
I do love Mevis. That's my new favorite.
You like
name.
old Mevis?
Yeah,
number
old
40,
Mevis.
Number 42, and his helmet doesn't fit.
No, it doesn't.
It sits on top of his head. Somebody get the guy a helmet that works.
Get this man a helmet that fits.
He's got a yarmulke, not a helmet.
I don't like Mevis's helmet. 2017, the Rams. I will say one thing that I think of in playoffs. I know you guys probably do too, or many of us. We've watched a lot of this stuff over the years. We break down everything, right? We break down the running and the stop the run and the pass rush and the receivers and all of that, and the defense and the special teams and the coaches and the intangibles. But how many of these games honestly just get decided by one thing? Turnovers.
Yep.
Every time.
It's every game.
And you
every
look
game.
This weekend, Buffalo had 5, Denver 1. San Francisco had 3, Seattle none. Houston had 5, New England had 3. So that was actually the worst performance by a winning team. And then Chicago had 3, Rams had none. So the winning teams, 4 turnovers.
And 3 of those by one team.
All right. And the losing teams, 16 turnovers.
Yeah, I mean, we say that every year, and I think we forget about it.
We forget about it.
We start looking at these games. No, don't turn the ball over. And guess what? If the other team does, you got the advantage.
If Jarrett Stidham doesn't give the ball away, and New England does 3 times, Denver's going to go to the Super Bowl.
I think that's also why.
And people don't think there's any chance.
I think that's also why Josh Allen was in tears, because he knew
it, man.
Even as bad as he played, if he cuts it down to just 2 of those,
I know
they probably win.
Well, yeah, because I thought Buffalo's job was it 23-10 at the half or 20-10. Denver kicked the field goal, and then Denver didn't move the ball for about 2 straight quarters, and Buffalo went up and down the field and thought they had the game wrapped up.
The Broncos do that. The Broncos' offense disappears for large amounts of time, but they end up winning.
But that's because Josh Allen.
Oh, did you see this Adam Schefter?
You got a late breaking thing here?
Former Dolphin head coach Mike McDaniel is expected to become the Chargers offensive coordinator, barring a change of heart.
What?
Unless he says, never mind.
Unless he realizes who the owner is and decides better about it.
Wow.
I will say something.
That's a good get for
I
the
think
Chargers.
it's a good get, and somebody in Miami brought this up last week. But now that he goes to the Chargers, we get to see what the alternate universe look like.
Oh, yes.
Because we'll get to coach Justin Herbert.
Instead of Tua.
That's right. That's probably what. I wonder if that led to some of his decisions.
Oh man, that's a fantastic point, Chris. You just broke my brain.
I'm so happy. We'll try to get it fixed. You got another hour to do with the Chronicles next. We're back tomorrow. See you later.